All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How you doing today?
Oh, on mute. Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, I'm doing great. The weather's a little bit better here. And yeah, it's, I'm feeling good this Friday. I'm hoping it's going to be a great day.
Awesome, man. Same here as well. Feeling good this morning as we kick off the end of this week. SPY's reacting, friends. PCE data is out. We'll get to that in just a second. But look at here. The SPY is showing a little bit of strength right now as data comes out and people start looking at what's happening there. So let's go right to it, Peter. What does our U.S. economic look like today?
Yeah, we have a couple of data points that are just coming out now here this morning. Focused on the PCE, which is an important measure because it's basically the one that the Fed likes the most. It tends to influence their decisions quite heavily. And today, it's not going to tell them much because it came in pretty much all exactly on target. Every single number was exactly as forecast. So there's really nothing, sort of like nothing to see here. Move on people. The personal income and personal spending numbers also came out. They pretty much came in on target, a tenth of a percent higher in both cases. So personal income was expected to be 0.3%, came out at 0.4, and personal spending 0.5 and came out at 0.6. So it seems like people's incomes are up slightly and their spending is up even more, but not by much. Later this morning, we do have the consumer sentiment number. Again, if it's off of target, might be worth watching. So just be aware that's happening at 10. But if it comes in like the rest of the numbers right on target, then it's going to be as boring as this number was. So yeah, I mean, I did see a little bit of a pop on the SPY in the last minute or two, but it wasn't by much. Like it was like a negligible amount, really. So yeah, I think we can just focus on the earnings for today. Well, no, we have earning. There's really only one that's even worth talking about. We will get there. And of course, we got the stuff on the gappers list.
Yep, absolutely. Taking a quick look at our gappers list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. You can see it on here. We got a few things in the green. Not as a massive list as we had yesterday. Yesterday, everything was no. down, and our gappers list had all the tickers you can possibly think of. Today, a lot more manageable this morning. So let's get to the first one on here on the green side of things. BIAF is leading the way this morning with 66% gap up. Just started to get going around 8 a.m. this morning, and you can see as high as $7, as low as $3 to start the pre-market session. So Peter, great volume, 17 million shares traded. It is a tiny flow, under a million, but definitely got some action and volume this morning.
Yeah, this is a company called Bioaffinity Technologies, which is a diagnostic and research company. They have really some data that said that basically they are demonstrated significant value on their CyPath lung. What is a CyPath lung? Led to detecting lung cancer at stage 1A. So their device has successfully been able to identify lung cancer at a very early stage, which might lead, of course, to early treatment for those that are affected. So that's pretty exciting news. It's what's popping them up this morning. Like you said, micro float though, and if I look at the sort of the volume and price action, the volume's not bad. I feel like, it's already had its move and it might be already done for the day, but maybe not. You never know with these things, right? Especially when the float is under 1 million shares, anything could happen. This thing could be at $10 in the next hour, or it could be, back at $3. So.
Yeah, it definitely can have those swings, and you're seeing it this morning just all over the place, giving some back from the pre-market highs right now. Again, very active. I do want to see how it trades towards the end of the day, so I'm gonna put it on here just to remind myself to look at it, but it's not gonna be tradable. Again, very risky. I'll put risky on here as well, just to make sure you guys are careful with that one. All right, and then back on our list here, CRNX is the next one on the gap up list, and not looking all that great. Very little volume, only 365,000. This morning it is up 14%, but again, the pre-market action, it's not giving us a whole lot here. Besides just the gap up with a little bit of volume. Another pharmaceuticals, well, not another, but a pharmaceutical company here that's also up, maybe on news, Peter.
Yeah, Crinetics. Like sometimes these names, Everybody's trying to get fancy with their names here. Crinetics Pharmaceuticals, a biotech company that had FDA approval on Pulsonify for it's a treatment for adults with why are these all these words, man? Acromegaly? I don't even know how to say that. I have no idea what this is. I've never heard of this. Hold on. Resulted in rapid durable consistent by control. What is the I'm acromeg? Yeah, I'm not saying it right. My brain just can't figure out how to properly pronounce that. I don't know what that is. So whatever it is, it's the FDA's approved their treatment for it.
All right, there it is. You're seeing a
Yeah.
gap up this morning on it. Again, volume is extremely light. It's not a low flow, 87 million shares float, but I just wish it had a little bit of more volume, but we're not seeing that right now. So if that changes, I'll get a little bit more interested in it. But at the moment, it's just not looking great. All right, I have Riot on here today. We are up. Pre-market looks good. We are up 5.5, 1.4 million shares traded. Daily has been stuck in a range between 18 and 17 for the most part, as you see here. But today's pre-market so far, after 7:30, has been pretty nice, Peter. So what's the latest and greatest?
Yeah. So, there were just some articles that were touting the fact that with the new technologies, these crypto miners that have been using, sort of energy intensive crypto mining techniques, which is only going to get more difficult, right? As we know, we have these halving events that occur. It makes, mining crypto that much more difficult, or mining Bitcoin specifically that much more difficult. However, the expectation is with the new high performance compute, and should we ever get some of the advanced quantum stuff that has been promised, there might actually really benefit these companies and their ability to create new crypto activity. So it feels like it's a lot of speculation. There's nothing new here other than some some positive news articles about what the future might hold. But
All right. Well, we'll see. I like the pre-market
which is
right now.
fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I agree. I like the
not that there's
pre-market.
anything wrong with it.
I like the pre-market on it today. I'm gonna have it on my secondary list. I might move this up, but it actually looks pretty good, man. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I'll put it on the primary list for now, and we'll see how it goes. Right. So pre-market looks good. Let's just see if it can actually break out of this range. It's been stuck in it. 2 days ago, this would have been on Wednesday. You did get a pop to 20, but for the most part, it's just been stuck within a 50 cents a dollar range. Looks like so. Let's see if today's the day if they can get something going here. GFS moved up on the list here, but this looks brutal. I believe we've seen the ticker plenty of times in the past. I don't like it. Low volume, guys. I don't believe it's a low flow. It's not 104 million shares float here. And again, just not a big fan of the volume at the moment and the way it trades. Light volume on the daily too. If you look down here, it normally doesn't get a whole lot of volume. So not going to be on my list. It's not going to meet my criteria here.
What are we looking at? Sorry. Family. My daughter's texting me. GFS. Sorry.
Nope, all good,
GFS.
man.
Global Foundries. Man, this is a semiconductor company I am not familiar with. Global Foundries is, why are they getting some news? Blah blah. Oh, I see why. Global Foundries is a U.S. based and U.S. manufactured chip company. So they apparently would gain if the Trump administration does implement a new policy that they've been hinting at that would dramatically reduce the U.S.'s reliance on semiconductors that are made overseas. This U.S. one-to-one chip plan, which is what it's called. Anyways, they're trying to reduce or increase U.S. production so that for every chip that comes in from being built overseas, they build one in the U.S. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to achieve that, and that's, I guess, what people are waiting for, the details. But Global Foundries would be one of those companies that would looks like would benefit in the forefront because they are, I guess, they've got some onshore facilities.
All
Where are
right.
they? Yeah, interesting.
Cool. There we go.
Interesting. Still never heard
Again,
of this.
yeah, I think we might have seen the ticker before. I don't remember like trading or really considering it. So again, I don't like the volume on it. It tends to trade really light volume for the most part. Gap up looks great at 8%, but other than that, I not feeling the intraday action on it. Back to our list, friends. We got Riot, we got XBEV is next on here. XBEV was also on the list yesterday, right? They just continue to gap up higher today. Another gap up of 5.4 this time with 600,000 shares traded. So again, just kind of getting some movement here. Yesterday's pre-market action, if we take a look at it, did have a nice pop right out of the gate, so that traded very well. I didn't have it on my list, so again, we've seen a gap up and down and not really do anything, so kind of kept it off. But it looks like it had a great day while everything else was selling off. This thing was going the other way, right? So we'll see what today brings. Volume 600,000. I mean, I like XBEV. I used to like XBEV a ton back in the day. So maybe a secondary, maybe the fun is coming back. I highly doubt it, but maybe. I want to be hopeful,
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I
It
doubt
did
it.
actually, like you said, moved at the open yesterday. It surprised me that it actually had a decent move. I only saw it after the fact, but then it was short lived, right? The whole move lasted less than an hour, and then it really just went back to its usual sort of MO, right? Just sort of moving sideways with virtually no volume. So, I think that might have been all of the fun you're going to get this week out of XPEV. That would be my assumption, but could be
All
wrong.
right. Yeah. I secondary list again. My hopes are not high, but we'll see how it goes. All right. Good morning to Andrew. He is in London, so I told him welcome back to civilization and congratulations on his most recent climb. So Andrew's in chat over on YouTube. So good morning to you, straight from London. All right. So let's take a look here, friends. What else do we have on our trading terminal gappers list? We looked at the top 4 or 5 so far. And I'm probably going to stop here, Peter. I want to hop around a little bit, see what else we can get off this list. I see BA, I see Intel at the bottom of this list. Let's actually look at Intel. Intel's been slowly climbing up after the government investment and the deal with NVIDIA, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of good stuff happening for Intel. I mean, this stock is, it wasn't saved from bankruptcy, but it's being saved from like just all the drops and negative outlook has been having, right? Peter's been doing pretty well. So we are up another 4% here, 15 million shares traded as people continue to invest in Intel and try to keep this company above water here.
Yeah, so they've just had the little bits of good news after what looked like was going to be a really rough time as their CEO, the Lip-Bu Tan, was getting in trouble because of his personal investments. Seems to have turned that around quite nicely, hasn't he? You notice the White House, he went and he schmoozed, and then suddenly they dropped it altogether. So what was like a huge national security issue and everybody was concerned and it shouldn't happen and he should be fired, now everybody loves him. He's attracted $2 billion worth of investment from SoftBank. We heard earlier NVIDIA had pledged to invest $5 billion. The government's now taken a 10% stake in Intel. So it's it, money can buy you anything. So, and Intel's, doing well.
Yes, it can. What's the other one too? LAC is the one that's got a potential, and actually is holding its gains. This is another one that Trump mentioned the government might dabble in as well, and they're down 3%, but this is after 2 days of up and up and up. So we'll see what it does today. As high as 790 this morning in the pre-market session. So that's another one I'm gonna put on here as it continues to move higher. I'm gonna put it on my list. Won't have it on the primary, but definitely want to keep an eye on it to see how things go there. So LAC on the list as well this morning. All right, back to our gappers list, friends. BA is another one that's also been on the move here this morning. Big pop, 3.4, 800,000 shares traded. It looks like after 8 a.m. some news that's affecting this one, making it go higher. Look at the day. Look how weird this daily is, right? Every gap up, for the most part, besides this day here, every gap up has been sold off. So you have a string of like, wow, look, all of September, I think you have 2 green candles. If today doesn't close on the daily, just 2.
Yeah.
So very, very interesting situation here. Look at the volume, all red, all red, all red. So today we're gapping up, Peter. What's driving this move higher on BA?
They've been working hard to get little bits of good news out there. It feels like over the last couple of weeks. If you remember, there was that big order that we talked about at the beginning of the week from Uzbekistan, I think it was, that ordered a whole bunch of planes. Was that right? Did I get? Yeah, Uzbekistan. And then last night we had ordered another 225 aircraft ordered by Turkish Airlines, 30 aircraft ordered by Norwegian Airlines. And this morning, the FAA has announced that they look like they're going to ease some of the restrictions they'd put on the 737 MAX production, so which is going to allow them to meet those orders. So it seems like it's all rosy for Boeing. So again, I don't know. I'm sounding very cynical today, but it's another example of where it just sometimes it's amazing how these things just all work out when you play the politics properly. So
Yeah, yep, absolutely. So Boeing here doing some stuff. I like Boeing when it trades well. It has provided us some good opportunities. So I do like this ticker. I am going to add it here next to Riot, and let's take a look at it a little bit later. So I do like this one. All right, that's most of our gappers list this morning. Peter, I see Lee's coming up here as well. Another one that we used to trade quite a bit. Let's take a quick look at Lee. What's going on? Yeah, Lee's also has some volume. 1.1 million shares traded. We went red for a minute here, very early on in the pre-market session, 24.81, and now we're up about $3 from those lows. So, Peter, some movement here, man. Again, this brings back a lot of great memories when we were trading these tickers almost every single day on the watch list. But looks good this morning pre-market.
yeah, they are announcing the release of a new their new vehicle, the the i6, which is a 5-seater I don't know, SUV, I guess. And it's amazing to me, like the relative price of these things. Like it's if you I don't know, if you look at it, this is an all-electric vehicle that is got some amazing technology in it. And do you need it? No, but it's cool stuff, really, if you look at it. And it's priced at let's see, roughly 250,000 Chinese yuan, which is about 48,000 Canadian dollars. Basically, it's 40 grand US. So you could get an SUV that's on par with any of the top end electric SUVs for about 40 grand US, which is about half the price of what a North American or European made vehicle would cost. So it's nothing new there. I guess Chinese vehicles are always cheaper, but it's impressive to see what they're doing with them and how relatively cheap they are. How well do they last? How good is the technology? Can't speak to it. No idea. But certainly purchase price makes it attractive, doesn't it? So
Yeah,
not that
yeah.
they're available in North America, but it's interesting to see that competition, which is going to put pressure internationally, right? Because a lot of the auto manufacturers, I mean, they rely on markets. Don't forget, there's up for grabs. You still have a lot of the European market. You've got all of the African market, which is largely untapped because there's just no infrastructure for electric vehicles at this point. But it could radically change sort of automotive engineering over the long term. So.
Yeah, yeah, it sure can give people ideas of what is possible and what to look out for when it does come out here in the U.S. If at all. All right, so
I don't know
let's
that that's going to happen. I mean, there's been a lot of protectionist stances on U.S. automakers for, for a very, very long time, letting Chinese into the market. Like even the Japanese automakers and the German ones would probably complain if you start letting China into the market. So I would think
yeah,
that
agree,
I
agree.
don't
Well,
know.
I
We'll see.
I
It's
yeah,
obviously above our pay grade, like right? Like
yeah.
we just sit and watch.
Yep,
Uh,
100%. All right, Peter, this covers our gap up. Anything else? Oh, look at MP here. There's another one too. There's three of them that I'm aware of. It's Intel, MP, and LAC now that the
LAC.
government has kind of dabbled with, right? So here's MP moving higher. Again, this thing, wow, what a move on the daily. So we're hanging out at $30. US got involved, and look at this thing now at
Yeah.
over 75, man. We should have just held our positions, Peter. Why didn't we do that? Oh, I
Well,
think
we
we're
were
trying to
going
short it
short, weren't we?
actually. Yeah, and that was a bad idea. Yeah. All right. All right, friends. Let's continue here. Peter, as far as the gap up or anything else that is moving higher, not on this list this morning. What do you like?
Well, gapping up here. Let's see. No, that's gapping down. Well, semiconductors you talked about. My good buddies Nvidia is higher. AMD is just went lower, but it's pretty much at the close. They had some decent days yesterday, so I'm not surprised to see them where they're at. Decent days movement wise. AMD actually increased in value. Nvidia didn't really go much of anywhere. But considering where we started, you talked about this at the outset. Like we opened yesterday, and remember that our red list on the gappers was like every single stock it looked like in the market was on was on the gappers list on the downside. But while the market moved down initially at the open, it popped right back up and then went down and went back up. Like bottom line, it didn't actually go very far after the open. So we had some movement up and down, but at the end of the day, it didn't end up anywhere near as dire as it looked like it was going to, right? When we started with the open and everything in the world felt like it was red. So, we talk about this a lot. Never presuppose the direction of the market based on what happens pre-market. It's interesting, right? It's something to look at, but you can always get these rallies, especially in this market. I mean, let's face it, this market has been, just hell bent on going higher for what, like a decade now, right? So it's hard to stop that momentum. It's going to take a lot more than a morning or two of downturn. So who knows what's going to happen today? But we are gapping slightly higher, and I said I think the semis, they're sort of the biggest movers. So we might as well keep an eye on them. The other one that seems to be bullish today, Tesla. The Tesla fans. They're not letting it go. I mean, Tesla did move down yesterday slightly, but we're up 1.4%, up almost $6 here this morning. And this is solidly now a $430 stock, at least at the moment. But we've seen it here before. We've seen it down as low as 200. Anything can happen. It's Tesla. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, absolutely keep an eye on it. The other one that we were watching yesterday, Carlos, was PLTR, and I think we both sort of regretted not paying closer attention. At least I know I did. So because it moved right off the open, some great moves, some great opportunities on it, and yeah, it's making the list because it's just seems to be part of the conversation on a regular basis. So it's now on my permanent list. Speaking of ones that are surprisingly in the conversation, how about Oracle?
yeah.
I thought Oracle's usually a one-trick pony, right? It gets quarterly earnings and it's done. Well, it's been keeping in the news with various investments plans that it's got, right? With OpenAI and Nvidia, and of course, the big news is everybody's waiting for that final announcement and agreement between the U.S. and China as to how they're going to manage TikTok and whether Oracle is going to be that lead partner in the management of TikTok as it gets re-enabled in the U.S. market and reauthorized. So it's certainly well poised. It's staying as part of the conversation. The volume continues to be high on it. It didn't move as much yesterday as you might have hoped on it, but it wasn't without a couple of trading opportunities depending on what your strategy was. So yeah, Oracle's worth perhaps keeping an eye on as well.
Yeah, I do like POTR and Tesla. I mean, they're just awesome. The moves yesterday were amazing on it, and Tesla today, man, up $15 from the pre-market low at 415 at 430. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, like those two. Oracle, yes, it's one that not easy to trade, but it's clearly in play. Clearly in play. So. If you like that one, you have that one on your list as well. Let's head over to our gap down list brought to you by tradingterminal.com. Friends, you can always go there and get more tools just like this one. SPRC, what is this? We are down 14%, 253,000 shares traded. Spark, interesting name. I'm not sure what they do, but again, the daily's all over the place a little bit, so I'm not sure I like this one. The volume's a little bit low. Peter, interesting name though. Something with uh, the planets. I don't know, Spark or Science. I have no idea what is this, but they're here today.
Yeah. So hold on, answering a question in the chat room here. Yeah, we've seen this one before on our list. Spark, yeah, it's out of Israel. It is a biotech company that is apparently going to be launching. So they're throwing a lot of buzzwords in here. So let me read you the headline. SciSpark resolves to launch innovative quantum computing enabled 3D protein modeling initiative to revolutionize AI drug discovery. See what they did there? They got biotech, they got quantum, they got AI. They threw it all in that one headline. Let's go, baby. What are they actually doing? They just said that they're going to do something. They haven't actually done it yet. However, the intent, their board of directors said that they are going to start the process of building this miraculous quantum based technology that's going to revolutionize AI drug discovery. Again, it feels like a lot of buzzwords. If you've got your BS bingo cards, anybody ever play that in corporate life? Anyways, if you got your bullshit bingo cards, you know what? You could win with that headline alone.
Yeah, yeah. I don't like it. Looks horrible. Let's go to PEPG. PEPG Pet Gen. This morning we are up down 10%, 474,000 shares traded. Low flow at 27 million. Again, this is not my thing, man. I don't like it. Peter, anything to discuss on this one?
Wait a second. I got to look at this stock here. Oh, I see. It's down because of, yeah. It's funny. There was an article at 8:06 a.m. this morning that says PepGen skyrockets 121% on stellar experimental treatment trial results. Huh? It's on our down list. Anyways, that was yesterday. It looks like the person who wrote this is about a day behind. So Angelica Ballesteros, you're writing in the past. It did have a big move up yesterday as they announced results for their clinical experimental drug to treat oh my God, myotonic dystrophy type 1, DM1. So there you go. So this is a second day play.
Yeah, it's just so bad, man. So bad. Let's find something good here. QURE. Let's see if this is it. QURE, we are down 5%. This thing had a great last couple of days. It's been having a great week. I mean, this thing was hanging out at like $10, and we're up here at 40 yesterday, ending at 50 for the day. I'm sorry, not yesterday, excuse me. This was on Wednesday. Yesterday, we went as high as 55. Today, we're pulling back a little bit from the highs, down 5%, 581,000 shares traded. So they're having an amazing run here. The best day we had here was probably I want to say Wednesday, right? They had a nice rally here with the most volume. Yesterday was not so hot, and today we'll have to see how it ends up. But pre-market right now, we're seeing a little bit of weakness. Peter, is the party over? Are we going back to 40? Are we going back to 14? What's your take?
They very quickly took advantage of the pop up in the stock to announce the issuance of a $300 million secondary offering. So 5.8 million shares, roughly at a price of $47.50. Yeah, not tradable news. This is just, it's the usual money grab, right? Your stock jumps up on the news that we talked about earlier this week, immediately issue a secondary to try and, sell a bunch of shares at that inflated price and put some money in the bank.
I don't like that catalyst, so definitely not watching this one. Again, just be careful on this thing. All right, let's see what else. Let's do two more. Iran, which was in play yesterday, we saw plenty of action there. A lot of traders were looking at this one. This morning we are just down 3.7. We do have the volume, 4 million shares traded so far. And again, it's just been the last 2 trading days. Definitely seeing an increase in volume. You can see it right here on the daily, and there is showing that also on the daily charts with the way they're trading. So bigger, wider daily candles here. This morning's pre-market action looks actually pretty good. Could be in play today for a third day, Peter.
Yeah, Iran and Clean Spark, I see them both on the list here. I think they're moving down probably because Bitcoin is down this morning, down almost 6%, sitting at about $109,000, which is, slipped below the $110,000 mark. So Bitcoin valuation continues to slide day over day, and that's going to bring anything that's invested in it down with it.
Yeah, so if I look at CLSK, what do we have here? CLSK down 3.5, 1.9. Definitely, I think Iron looks much better. So maybe I'll watch this one today, Peter. We do have shares for sure on it. I like the way the pre-market looks right now. Maybe this is the one. And the volume is great on it with 4 million. So I'm going to add Iron. Maybe not on the primary list, but definitely top of the secondary for sure. I think it's worth having there. And then if you like it, if you traded it yesterday or the day before and you had some success, definitely want to keep this one front and center this morning. All right, we'll stop here. We got a decent list off the gappers list this morning. Peter, anything else you like gapping down that we have not covered?
The only earnings that we were tracking in the last 24 hours was Costco. Costco had earnings after the close yesterday, and surprise beat. I mean, not too much of a surprise, but they did beat on their revenue and profitability, citing steady customer traffic at all locations. And it's interesting how there's a lot of these statements because their executive made it saying customers are prioritizing value. In this economy, they're looking for value, and Costco is, by their executive words, the value retailer. Okay, I'm sure Walmart has something to say about that, but in any event, that's what they're saying, and it's not enough to float the stock higher. But this is not unusual. It seems like no matter what Costco's earnings are, they always seem to drop right after earnings. I think everybody always has these inflated expectations that they're going to do something exceptional. Costco's not about something exceptional, right? It's about knowing what you're going to get. You're going to go in, it's going to be busy, there's going to be big lines, and that you're going to buy more than you expected, and in giant packages. Costco's all about, the known. Is there value there? Sure. But make sure you buy the right stuff. I love Costco, but for the right things. Not all of their stuff is a good deal. If you really price it out, some of their stuff is quite expensive. So anyway.
Yep. Yeah,
the right stuff is very cheap.
Yeah, and they're pretty bad with their intraday trading here. So I'm not a fan of them at all. So won't have them on my list.
It's hard to trade.
Yeah, I did hear on Bloomberg that they have this thing where you can go in earlier. Like if you're a certain type of membership, you can go in an hour before. Yes. They actually open to the masses.
Yes,
you have to have membership regardless,
if you have their executive membership.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the Disney Pass. If you got the Disney Kingdom Pass, you can get in an hour before
skip the lines. Yeah.
Costco's done the same thing. If you have one of those executive memberships, you can now shop an hour earlier. So
wow, what a world we're in. Pay to get in earlier so I can shop at your store. Yeah. All right.
It's a fascinating model, really, when you think about it. I mean, I spent years. Admittedly, it was like 20 years ago, but I remember spending years like, I'm not going to pay for the privilege of shopping. Buy a membership to your store? Hell no. And then I had 3 kids, and I'm like, you know what? Those giant packages of toilet paper and potato chips, that's I could use that.
Amazon Prime. I mean, we pay to play. We pay to pay and play.
When my kids were young, but.
Oh man, good stuff. It's a lot of great business models out there. This is one of them that's working pretty good for them. All right, friends, that's my list. Let's go over to our chat, bearwithtraders.com here. If you want to join the chat room and see our live traders all day, you can do so. And let's see what they have as far as some tickers. So let's pull some up here. And where's my chat here? Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
Francis just posted a picture of a bunch of geese look like they're going into Costco. I was where was I on Monday. I was out at some meetings, and there was a group of geese just like that were walking diagonally across an intersection, and all traffic was completely stopped. Like nobody could go anywhere, and the geese, they couldn't give a flying, you know what? Like they were just wandering across the road. And if you've ever watched geese, like there was a bus, like a city bus that was first in line that was trying to make a left turn, and these geese were just happily trundling their way across the road. And the bus like made a move forward. You know how they have the air brakes, and the air brakes made the sound that they do?
Yeah.
And the goose turned around, raised its wings, and started to like honk at the bus. I'm like, these geese, man, they are not afraid to, they don't give a shit, man. They will take you on. I don't care if you weigh 20 tons. I will take your ass on. Anyways, you got to admire geese.
Awesome stuff, man.
Enough story.
All right, let's see what else we have here, friends. In chat, take a look at your tickers here. TXN by David. Let's see, Dave, what we got here. TXN. Is this Texas? Yeah, Texas Instrument. I see them up 2.2, dropping from the pre-market highs. They normally don't get great volume, which is my issue with them, and the intraday usually is not great. So I usually don't have on my list. I see that they have a nice gap up this morning, normally to what they normally do, but again, intraday their volume is just so low. So keep an eye on them. If you see something great, maybe it could be an opportunity, but I don't see anything overly exciting this morning on it. Let's see, CRNX. We saw this yesterday or the day before, right? CRNX. No, maybe not. I don't remember.
Looked at it earlier this morning.
We did. Okay,
it's on our gap up list.
Yes, as a pharmaceutical company, yeah, it's in play, man. Definitely in play. It is not a low flow. It's the one that's 87 million shares flow. So definitely keep an eye on it if you like it. Again, I'm not a big fan of it, but it looks pretty active pre-market right now. So if you do like it, definitely put it on your list here. All right, what else? Intel. Yeah, Intel, no question.
A number of people are mentioning Intel. Yeah, there you go. You already had Intel up there.
Yeah.
We have looked at Intel, right? We did talk about it earlier.
Yeah.
It's in play, but it's a tough trade. And I think a lot of us are jaded against Intel because we've tried so many times to get good trades out of it, and it rarely wants to cooperate. Like every once in a while you get a good one, you're like, why don't you guys love this? This is awesome. That's the rarity, right? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get into a trade and it's going to mess around sideways. It's going to look like it's going and then it's going to stop. It is. Anyways, as you can tell, I have been burnt by Intel. That being said, I traded it last week and ended up being a super tough trade on that one as well. It worked out, but not easily and not very far. So, trade it, just buyer beware, man. Trade it at your own risk.
Yeah.
Know that it's not going to be as easy as you might think.
Yeah, it moves like a pure nicey stock too, and it's not. It's on the Nasdaq, but I have had no luck trading Intel. So I every time I touch it, it's pure chop. So I just kind of stay away from it. But it's in play, no question. Up 4% here, 17 million shares traded. Government and all these kind of deals doing very well for it in the last couple of days, as you can see here. So yeah, definitely in play. All right, let's see how about in our YouTube chat, Rigetti. Yeah, Kyle, let's take a look at Rigetti. It's the party over on Rigetti, RGTI. Let's see, RGTI. Yeah, pretty flat right now. Tons of volume, guys. 2.6 million shares traded a day. Looks good, right? So we did have a nice gap down yesterday, recover lovely on this thing, and we're just kind of hanging right back at the area we have seen plenty of resistance at. Have we been higher? Yep, 34 something there. So it's a good one. I like the pre-market activity. It's probably one of the best quantum stocks right now as far as trading opportunities for the way I trade. So I like it. I'll put it on the list here next to Tesla, and we'll see how the open looks on this one a little bit later. What else? BA we did look at. It is on my list, of course. Open. I know Open's making some noise again. So we had this a while back when it did a beautiful gap up and ran here for almost $4 or $5. This morning, volume is there like it always is. Nothing much to go off the pre-market. And yesterday's pre-market intraday action was okay. Was not great. So I'm not sure. Not sure on this one. If you have the space, put it on there. I like the way my list looks right now. Pretty tight. Got a couple of tickers there. Riot, BA, PLTR, Tesla, and Rigetti. So I think I'm going to stick with that. But this is another one that's getting great volume. If it can pick a direction, it can be a great trader. I want to look at one more, which is CoreWeave, because I know that one's also been somewhat active here. This morning, up 2%, 1.1 million shares traded. Yeah, this could be one. Okay, I lied. One more. Oklo. Oklo. One more. I lied. One more. Oklo.
There's always one more.
So there's one more. Oklo is interesting to me. It's difficult to trade. Man, I love the daily on this thing, the way it has been moving. So I just like to watch it. Even if I'm not gonna trade it, I am gonna put Oklo on my secondary list. I think it's one to just always have on deck lately with the way it's been trading. So. All right, let's stop here. Peter, we'll go head over to bearwithtraders.com where we can show you what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Today, we'll focus on Friday. So you can go to bearwithtraders.com, click on webinars, and you're going to get this beautiful list of all our events.
Yeah, and it's Friday. Another Friday. Like, this keeps happening. How does this keep happening? The weeks just fly by here. And that means that the only thing we have on the slate, we give you the evening off, but the only thing we have is at noon. It's the prep meeting for boot camp. And Mike, if you're out there, is this happening? Because I know Mike's on the road. He's traveling and he normally delivers this. It's a prep meeting. You would have an invite. You'd know about it if you've already joined the boot camp. It's a good opportunity to get yourself ready for the next session, which won't start till 2026. It won't start until January, but it's always good to sort of get ahead of the game and understand how to position yourself so you can take advantage, the best advantage of the investment you're making in the boot camp, which is pretty intensive. I believe it's happening today. You should know directly. Mike will let you know via email if he hasn't already, whether this is on or has been canceled for this week. But if it's on, it's at noon, and you go to pcapitaltrading.com and you have to go into the members area and find the meeting, the Google Meet code, and you can join in from there. So that's what we got today. Here at Bearable Traders, we are open every hour that the market is open, and time before and time after. So hopefully you'll consider joining us. It's a great community to be part of, and we'd love to welcome you. Join at bearabletraders.com. Just go to the website, go down to the bottom of the page, and you can see all of the membership options from the intro to the basic, to the elite monthly, to the elite annual. They're all there. You can even sign up for a lifetime membership if you're really committed. It's all possible. We'd love to have you for as long as you want to stay. So whatever you pick, hopefully we'll see you in the chat room sometime soon. If you're just joining us from YouTube, well, thank you for being here and being part of the community. And give us a thumbs up. Those likes support the channel and help the growth, and help let other people know that it's worth watching and can help us grow. So that's good for everyone. So when you get a chance, hit that thumbs up button, and we would truly appreciate it. All right, let's set some levels. And as usual, levels, live trading. Off we go.
Absolutely, friends. Let's start here with Riot. It's the first one on my list this morning. Beautiful pre-market action. And we'll see where it goes today. Again, I have not watched it closely lately, but I think today could be exciting the way this pre-market is setting up. So on the daily 1821, it's a level here where you have a couple of days slamming inside. Then you have the big pop all the way to 20. So we have a level there already set. That's the highs from 2 days ago. Towards the bottom, low of the pre-market at a 1690s, just above the previous day close. And you can see you got a lot. This previous day close, a lot of support and resistance happening right around that area. So I'm glad that's marked by the previous day close and also the low of the pre-market right now. So we'll see if that can hold right now. Looking to push higher on Riot. Love the volume, 1.9 million shares traded. Looking pretty good right now. Do we have anything above this? What do we have here? I want to go to the weekly here. Okay, yeah, we have for sure. We got to go ways back, but we do have a level right in between here. I'm going to mark down 1911. So 1911, we'll mark that level just in case we do move around a little bit here in the pre-market. So, all right, so that's looking good there. Let's go back to our other one. It's going to be BA. BA in play today for sure. Wow, the BA is moving nice. Really like that. Again, when this stock is in play, it can move really well. And today's one of those days. 223.99 is the high of the pre-market right now. Let's see if that's going to hold. I want to keep that level. Even if the pre-market goes higher, I want to keep that level there because look where it lines up with. It lines up with some really nice daily levels here. Let me show you the right charts right there. Look at that beautiful support, a little bit of resistance, more support. So you want to have that area marked down even if the pre-market goes higher. You also are looking at another level at 227.59, and then right up here, another big level. This is going to be around 231.64. You can see tons of days just slamming into this, so you definitely want to have that there as well. There's a minor area, again, not a big one, but there's another minor one at 229.44. I think it's worth noting, just in case we're going to take off on this thing. Towards the bottom level at a 221.07, and then below that you have all the highs and lows for the last two trading days coming in at 218 all the way down to 212 on BA. So, but right now this pre-market looks really nice. 1.3 million shares traded at the moment, moving very well. How about POTR yesterday, friends? I mean, come on. I thought we had a good trade. We took a short here, made some good partials, no problem. We got out, and then this thing just says sayonara and goes mayhem from like 176 to 184. I mean, mayhem is insane. The madness, right? So the humanity, as our good buddy Brian will say. But man, it's just such a great ticker. It has its days, right? It has its mood swings. It does, but such a great ticker to watch. So 181 is the high of the pre-market. So we're gonna slam a level there towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days. We got the previous day close towards the bottom, smack in the middle of our range this morning because we were down at 176 and now we're up at 180 into the green. So that's looking pretty good there. So as far as daily goes, you somewhat got a sloppy range. It's sloppy, it's not clean, but you got a sloppy range in here. But even within that range, we're getting so many clean moves. So definitely want to keep this one on deck, and you got all the levels you need on that one. Another one, Tesla. Tesla's pre-market action is up almost $15 from the lows, right? 1503 is the low of the pre-market. The high right now, 430.40. So you can see there how well that's been trading, trying to hold some of these support areas on the daily. So we'll keep an eye on that. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days, 92. Really, don't make it complicated. Nice and simple. Keep those levels the way they are there. I'm just going to mark 2 towards the bottom of the low of the pre-market in case we do collapse here. 410.25 and also 402.32. There's a lot of Tesla haters out there. The stock, right? Forget about everything else. Just the stock. Forget about Elon. They just hate the stock. They hate the car. They don't think the car should be priced here. But this stock finds a way to prove these people wrong. I don't stand on neither side, whether you like the car company or not, or whether you think it shouldn't be worth 430. It finds a way to just come from the gutters of 240, and now we're sitting at a 440. So this is a hard stock for people that want to short and be hard-headed. It really is. So careful on that. Thank goodness we got some really amazing traders, and they trade and they don't hold on to bag holding losers trades, so positions. So we don't have to worry about that here. But man, I'm sure some people hurting on the way the stock has moved lately.
Wow.
Last but not least, right? I mean,
and then you have Paris, right? I mean,
I love you, Tesla. Yeah, Paris is having a good time with Tesla, no question.
it all depends on your strategy as to whether you like to trade or not. I mean, Nathan and I had a conversation yesterday as we were on YouTube, and Tesla's one that doesn't lend itself to his trading strategies. It doesn't work for him, so he's not a fan, but acknowledges, like Paris. Paris absolutely loves it. He's made a career pretty much off of trading Tesla. I mean, obviously he's got other targets as well, but he keeps coming back again and again to Tesla because it keeps paying him. So why not?
Yeah. This comment from King Nugget says, correct. Separate the product from the brand and the politics. And you do all right. 100%. 100%. Gotta separate. Can't let emotions get in here. It'll mess you up.
Yeah. And you have to separate the stock, the ticker, from everything else as well, right? It doesn't matter. Like you can trade any ticker out there and it doesn't matter. Like sometimes we trade things, we don't even know what the heck they do, right? You hear Andrew in the morning, he's like, what does this company do again? I'm long. and
Yeah,
he's
I'm
long
long.
like
I'm
10,000
long.
shares. And he's going to make money off it. It's moving. It looks good,
Yeah,
right? I understand the pattern. Off we go. Why not?
yeah.
So you don't have to love their product. You don't have to believe that, whether you believe Tesla is going to be a great company 20 years from now or 20
Who
days from
cares?
now,
Yeah,
frankly, is
yeah,
irrelevant to the trade you're trying to take in the next 20 minutes, right?
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I agree. I mean, how many times do we short stocks that are pharmaceuticals companies that are trying to cure cancer? Doesn't mean we're bad people, but the stock says
Right.
it's short, short. So, right. So separate the two,
Yeah.
and you can trade much better. We were talking about Rigetti, then we'll get ready for our live traders in chat, my friend. If you want to join Bear Traders, Peter show you how you can do that. Head over to beartraders.com and scroll to the bottom and you can join the chat there. 3260 is the high on Rigetti. Has been trading very well. I love the pre-market this morning too, with the low of 3075 here. I mean, it's just been moving very well, pushing up, trying to stay green this morning. Volume 2.8. I love it. I love it today. So let's see if that can translate to good intraday action this morning. So next is going to be Peter letting you know what our team is watching this morning.
Indeed. All right. So let's take a look. We'll go from bottom to top today, since Andrew just put his list in, and he's in London, the UK, London, not like London, Ontario, or there's lots of Londons around the world. But he's going to be looking at Tesla. He likes Nvidia, AMD, and Apple. So a bunch of the usual suspects. I think Andrew, you gonna be trading live in the chat room? Is your connection good enough for that? And are you awake enough? Because it is late afternoon. Yes. He is. All right. Back earlier than expected. That's awesome. Brian just got his list, also trading live, of course, in the chat room with NVIDIA, Tesla, PLTR, Oklo, Robinhood. Man, he's got a big target list. So some good options there for you. Brendan just got his list in, looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD, and PLTR. Gary is going to be watching CRWV. He says, to the moon. All right, and Tesla. Phil's looking at Riot, Tesla, AMD, Oklo, and Rigetti. I've got my list in, watching Tesla, Nvidia, PLTR, AMD, and Oklo. Jared's just watching Tesla, and he's going to scan he's going to look at the scanners, if I can say it, for setups. And of course, Nathan will be watching AMD, as he does every day. So Eamon doesn't have any direct targets. He's going to wait and see what the market brings him, if anything. Whatever you've chosen to watch, just be careful with it. Carlos, what's your Friday reminder?
Friends, as you know, like I always tell you, Fridays are special. I think they are. Every day, should be important, but Fridays, you definitely want to make sure you follow your rules. So when you are going into your weekend, you were disciplined and that you did not mess things up, because you have to wait a weekend to come back and redeem yourself, right? It's always tough. You don't want to do that. So important to make sure you follow your rules, stay disciplined. And so I always tell you, do not try to be a hero today. Do not try to be a hero. So keep the trading clean. Friends in chat, take care. We will see you guys a little bit later. Andrew, Brian, trading live for you guys there, and then we'll continue right here on YouTube.
Take care, everyone.
All right, perfect. All right, let me go ahead and make the switch. What else do we need here? Okay, good. All right, awesome, guys. Looking for a good day today. Let's get our 1 minute. Friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. Really appreciate it. We love to be at 400. We're at 195 is what I'm showing here. Let me refresh. We're at 195 now, but we would love to be at 400. That is our goal. Once we get there, we are happy. We are very, very happy with that. So right now we are at 197. Thank you, guys. All right, Peter. I didn't see your list. Where's your list? Let me look at your list.
Put my
What do
list
you
in
got?
there. Nothing special on it. Oklo, the usual stuff. I think it's going to be a day of the usual stuff. That's my
Yeah.
my
Okay.
belief.
Okay.
But
Nice. Yeah,
we
how it
may get
goes.
some news driven, right? Oracle might be worth keeping an eye on today, just in case we get news out of the White House, right? That the China's agreed to the deal as proposed by President Trump and his administration. So that could move it. I think it's pretty much the old. Well, you might see Oracle sort of, if the TikTok deal gets approved, you could see Oracle go up, Meta might go down a little bit. Like who's affected by that deal, right? Well, TikTok is obviously competition for some of Meta's tools, and it'll be a benefit to Oracle. So I don't know. We'll see. But for now, Carlos, I think we got to watch some of the stuff we talked about. I'm not convinced. I know that you had you said you were going to be looking at this Iren perhaps and
Mm-hmm.
Riot. Riot is the one that you've got in your list. I'm not so convinced on Riot, but I hope it does work out. Maybe I'll put it over here just so I can watch it with you.
Yeah, let's see what it does. I mean, who knows, right? But pre-market looks great, but you're right. It's not a stock that trades well on a regular basis. No question.
No.
Um, so
Oh,
we'll
what have
see
we
what it
got
does here.
today? Tesla.
BA, PLTR, Tesla, and Rigetti. All right, not a bad list.
Mm-mm. Where are we
Iron
gonna go?
secondary, XBEV, BIAF is a risky one, guys. Be very careful with that one. And can we short BIF? No, we can't short this thing.
I don't think I'm
Uh,
not drinking enough water. Maybe that's why.
OIC and Oklo. My list is longer than I thought. I got a lot here.
You do.
Yeah, because I started typing them into my actual watch list. I'm like, this is a lot of tickers, man. What's going on?
What have I done?
Yeah, it's a lot more than what I would like here. So,
Yeah.
can we please short Amazon at the open? Maybe. Yeah, Amazon's very active.
I mean, we're not going to
Yeah,
tell you not to, but that's up to you.
yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Who knows?
Got to make up your mind. Oh, what's going on here? I've got to do this, this, and this. All right.
Mm, all right, let's see. Yeah, we did get 400 likes yesterday, Manuel. Yeah, we get
We
400
did.
not easily, but it's doable. It's doable, right? People don't hit the like button. It's hard. It takes an extra step, and they gotta put the mouse over. They gotta this little spot they gotta hit. It's not an easy thing to do, and I I hate asking people and bothering people. It's not my thing, but it really does help the community. So I'm doing it for the community. But if not, I would not ask you to hit that thumbs up. I wouldn't. I don't want to give you more work. Um. All right. What was the reason for the pop on Amazon, by the way, earlier today? 8:30.
I don't know. Good
Was it the
question.
PCE
Let's see.
day?
It
It
could
wouldn't
be, but
move.
I
It
don't know
wouldn't.
why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why it would affect Amazon more than
Right.
others. Um, oh, apparently Meta is in talks with Alphabet about using their Gemini AI for digital ads.
I thought that was
So that
something
would be
they
Meta and Google news. Why would that
mm-hmm.
benefit Amazon? I'm not
More
sure. I
sales,
gotta
man.
figure this out.
More
I
sales.
guess, but
More.
that's Google and a Meta thing. Hmm,
Yeah.
why Amazon?
Oh, they sure they gotta be involved. Something.
Hmm,
All right,
let's see.
friends.
It's interesting. They say the news reaffirms Google's position as a major AI player, which I don't think that was ever in doubt. It shouldn't be. But Amazon and Microsoft, of course, are big rivals in this space. All these guys have deep pockets, right?
Yep. Yep.
In any event. All right, guys, let's get ready. We got 15 seconds to the open here. I don't have any clear open targets. I like Tesla. I just maybe if we can get a pullback. Tesla doesn't always pull back before it goes crazy at the open, but maybe today. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Here we go.
All
Hey, where's
right.
my bell? I didn't get an opening bell.
Oh, that's my fault.
Hey.
I missed hitting the button.
No, no. Well, I usually have a bell going on my
Oh, you have
system,
a
and
bell
I didn't
too.
get it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I didn't get it.
Gotta automate that bell on my end.
What's up with that?
All right, friends. Here we go. Right, doing some stuff. Feel very tired today, man.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. All right, here it is. Spice dropping a little bit.
Market, yeah, the market Q's just went red,
Yep,
selling
yep.
off here.
All right.
Hmm.
Let's go. PLTR doing some stuff. As usual, friends, if you're new to the channel, wait 3 minutes before taking any trades. The only trade I would take is a 1 minute or engulfing ORB. I will take that if I see it. It usually happens, for example, like Tesla. If it can get that going, I will go long. But that's the only 1 minute ORB I would trade. Other than that, I will wait 3 minutes after the market opens. So, ooh,
There we go.
what's
There
you
we
go? Long
go. Oh
Tesla?
no. Oh, what did I just do? Oh man, I took all.
You took everything
Dang it.
off?
I took it all off by accident.
Mm.
Dang it. Dang it. All right, so I don't know if you're sharing my screen, but
I can
here's
bring it up.
oh, look at that. Look at that. I meant to take a partial.
Is that Tesla?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tesla's good, man.
Uh,
Yep.
oh
One
man,
minute
I meant to.
ORB.
I'm. Oh, look at that. Once again, I missed the opportunity. I had my share size wrong. I thought I was taking a partial instead. I
Mm.
just took it all off. So, anyways, I got a couple of dollar move, but that's not as good
That's
of a
gonna
trade as it could have been.
yeah, it's gonna
Could have
sting a
been
little
much
bit.
better.
Yeah,
Yikes.
it's gonna sting a
Especially
little
now
if
that
it
it's
keeps
like
going.
it's it's $3 above the my accidental exit price. Dang
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Yep.
Oh well. Oh well.
Getty doing some stuff. All right, we're coming up to the 3 minute mark. Let's see what we find here. Um, Andrew back to trading. He is long Tesla
Well, I
as
was.
well. No. Andrew's long Tesla.
Oh, Andrew's long.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, he's long
Andrew is.
Tesla. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Partial. Oh man, good stuff. Tesla for the win today. Tesla for the win. Yes, Beth, I love you, Tesla. We need to record Paris saying that so we could play here. Next time he says we gotta record that. POTR, possible move above the VWAP here. Could be a good 5 minute ORB if we can get a good clean confirmation. Oh, and we got the VWAP and the previous day close there. So both right on. This could be, man, this might not wait. This might not wait to create the 5 minute range. We still got like a minute and a half to go on this thing. It's not gonna wait. It is gone.
Oh man. Oh, I'm so
Spaghetti.
upset. That
Ooh,
could have been such an awesome trade.
now
How did
that's
I
a way
get
to end
all
the
out?
week. That's a
Uh,
way to end the week if you would
uh,
have stayed on that one, man.
jeez. Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah. Uh,
That hurts,
that
Carlos.
that
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 because I
burns.
was in. I was in. I
Yep.
had a huge size. It was great. Like uh
Yeah. No. I feel your pain, man. I feel your pain. You
you
was
know
there.
Matthias, I honestly I am. I think it's again, I still anxious at the open. It seems crazy after all this time trading, but the open is not it's not a natural trade for me. It really isn't. At least I'm getting in. So, but
Yep.
I
Yep.
just I seem to like just get all fumble fingered. I learned long ago, right? Whereas I thought I was like, fight or flight. You like to think you're the fight guy, right? And like someone attacks, I could attack back. No, I freeze like a deer in the headlights. I really do. And my brain slows down and like really I don't react well. And this was a
Yeah.
great example because it Tesla popped up really fast. I meant to just take a partial and I just did the wrong thing and took it all off. So anyways,
All right, I'm liking
such a
POTR
shame.
here, guys. If yeah, it is Peter. Unfortunately, I like POTR long. If we retest the VWAP, which we're doing now, we got a good break above previous stay close and the VWAP. Let's see if we can hold this on the way back up. I definitely and will be considering going long there. So let's see. It's got to hold the VWAP. It's got to hold the previous stay close here, and then we can hopefully get a nice 5-minute ORB off this thing. So. Let's see what it does. SPY is moving higher, so it's not playing against us, so that's good. We'd love to see this play out here. All right, here it is. Here's the buying coming in. See if we can get the move
Man.
on this one. So
Oh.
POTR will be my play here. It's got to hold the VWAP and the previous stay close. So
Alejandra, you're asking when can I watch Andrew channel? I assume you want to watch Andrew trade live. You want to watch Andrew trade live? You just have to join the Burble Trading community. So he trades live with
yes,
our community most mornings when he's not traveling. And that's like today.
there
He's
he
in
is.
London. He's trading live with them. There he is. So you want
There's
to watch
Andrew.
him? Just go to bearbletraders.com. You have to be a member though to be able to watch him live. He usually joins a little bit later when he can, and shares his trades with us. But yeah, you
There he's
want
saying hello
if
to you guys.
wow,
He's waving at you guys.
yeah, yeah, there he is, eating an apple.
Um, yeah. All right, here we go, friends. Andrew doing pretty good today. 15, 16 K on Tesla so far. Still got another
Ah, man,
45
I'm
on the
so
play
I'm
here.
so upset that I could have made more money on that.
Oh, look at Riot. Riot actually traded very, very well. POTR's 5-minute ORB collapse here, to the top side at least, not below the VWAP. And let's see, maybe let's see what it does. I'm not sure what it wants to do here. Wow, Tesla was the play, guys. This 1-minute ORB engulfing is so powerful. I talk about it all the time. I got to make a video on this, man. This is such a powerful play, and I was thinking of getting in, but I missed it because you do have to be very fast on these plays, right? And if you look at Andrew's trade, he did the same thing here. Oh, that's not his screen. Right over here. Here, I got it. You got to be fast, man. You got to be fast. You got imperfect and add it, and then boom, 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 boom. So execution's got to be really tight. So I always tell new traders the 1-minute ORB, you got to be careful with it. It's not easy, but if you can get it and it runs, man, you can do very, very well. Like Peter would have done if he would hit the right key there. But
Yeah, oh, I'm such a fumble finger.
yeah, that's a big fumble, man. It's all right.
Oh,
We'll recover. Let's recover the ball here, Peter.
yeah.
Let's recover the ball and
Hey, look, I mean, it was profitable. I'm green on it. It's just nowhere near as much as it could have been, right? And
yeah.
that's
No, agree.
that's just the frustration. So that's a good problem to have, right? Let's face it.
Yeah.
I could be dealing with worse challenges.
There's worse things. Yes, 100%.
Yeah. So, all right,
All right.
OKLO moving lower here this morning, and
Let me
Riot
take
really
a
dropped
trade.
off the open.
Yeah, man, it's really clean here. Lost the VWAP, BA. So the market is going high. There's a lot of things that are dropping. So
Hmm.
I missed this on PLTR. I missed the engulfing. I was so focused on going long that I missed the 5-minute engulfing pattern, which I like as well. Look at that. That's so beautiful. I missed that. I missed that pattern there. And it gave you a good entry too. It pulled back a couple of times. So I was so focused on the VWAT breakout here that I missed this
Right.
engulfing.
And it's amazing how that can happen, right? Like if you're convinced on a direction, you're just looking for
Mm-hmm.
signals in your direction. And I find it challenging often to consider, how do you sort of reverse your point of view and say, oh, well, maybe it's actually telling me that it's short, right? Because
Yeah.
and
Yep.
I do the other thing. I'm always looking for a short play, and when it's going long, I'm just like, oh, it's not short. For whatever reason, I should just say, well, then maybe is it long? Is there an opportunity there? But somehow my brain doesn't automatically click that way.
Yep.
Oh, Tesla just pulled back hard.
All right, David, doing good this week. Took Rise short. Amazing, man. That's a good one. It's a good one going today. OTR pulling back here. Rigetti loosen the VWAP. See what their secondary is doing. Oklo. This is garbage. Got halted. This BIAF. Take this off my list. This is pure garbage. Let's take this off. It's not
You
worth
you
wasting
decided to get
any
rid of it,
space. Yeah, it's just
eh? Yeah,
messy.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
Can't even short it. XPEF selling down. Iran, what are we doing? Volume seems to be dying down, so not much going there. David, enjoy your weekend, man. Came in, made your money, and are gonna go enjoy your weekend. It's a beautiful thing. How about Iran above the VWAP here? Maybe a VWAP breakout. Let's take a look on how it does.
Look at Iran.
Yeah,
Maybe. I think
let's
the
see.
volume's a little low for that, but it might.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Rigetti's feeling the pressure today. Going red. Ooh, look at Tesla. Tesla could be a nice VWAP breakdown here. Let's see. We got the breakthrough. We got the pullback coming up now. Let's see if we can get the confirmation on this thing.
Tesla's a tough one for a VWAP breakdown because, like we
Yeah,
were talking earlier, it's got so many supporters. It's
it does. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
And it's been so
Wow.
strong lately too, man. I mean, this thing is it's been moving well.
You know, it looks really good for oh, look at that 5 minute. Oh, OKLO. In
Mm.
hindsight, it was a great short,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. 5 minute looks great on that thing too, man.
I know that's what I was just looking at. Look at that uncertainty doji at the first 5 minutes, and then the short.
Yeah.
Could have got this short around 117 even if you'd waited and would have worked. Anyways, hindsight.
Yeah. Yep.
So easy to trade in the river mirror, right?
Yeah. Spice making a new high
AMD.
here. Um,
AMD is a tough short here. We're at the low. We're close to the low of day, which is basically the open price right now. Hard to, yeah, it's not my trade, so I don't have any clear signals telling me which way it's going to go.
yeah, I see that BA at VWAP as well, friends. Let's see. Volume is a little light, but let's see if BA can make the move here. So I'm looking at BA Tesla. Broke our strategy here because it's just going through the VWAP now, and SPY's pushing higher. So Tesla might continue to get back to the highs here. So that was no longer a good here. We'll leave that alone for now. BA, on the other hand, struggling to get above the VF. So I'm just looking for a VWAP breakout here, if we can get one, or breakdown. LTR. Doing some stuff here. Oh, Tesla. I'm going short Tesla. I'm going short Tesla here. Small size. I'm going short Tesla. That rejection was beautiful. So our VWAP strategy is back in play here, guys. Look at the breakdown. It's a beautiful breakdown. The push up. Look at the selling pressure. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right. And why did I take a small size? You always say that when it goes in your direction. Should have taken a bigger size.
Yep.
Uh,
Well, don't worry. That point of view could change momentarily if it
okay.
does
All
something
right.
you
You
don't
know
want.
what? There it is. That's true. That's very true. But I'm just gonna take a partial here.
Look at that. All
Nice.
right. Hey, you stuck to your strategy, Carlos. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get. I'm gonna try to be patient with the partials here because I didn't take a regular size because I felt like I didn't get the best entry. So I'm just gonna try to be patient, but not too much that it can pull back on me. And now I'm, not taking advantage of this move here. So let's be patient. Let's see if we can get 425 spies dropping, which is definitely helping us out here. So that's good. 425. Okay, see right on there. I mean, another leg down, and I'm gonna take a partial. I promise. I will not be greedy. Yes, we'll take that. Oh, okay, okay. All right, Tesla.
All right, Carlos is a happy guy. Look at
I
that.
am
We
a
both
happy
got
guy,
moves on it.
man.
That's
Beautiful
good. There's
thing.
nothing wrong with that. That's awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful thing.
Well, look, an AMD. Hey, it did move lower, so you know, David, my caution was not warranted. It was a good short trade. Hopefully you did not listen to me.
All right. Let's see if we can continue here. What is the difference between VWAP trading and breakout trading by Lenny? I haven't seen how Lenny trades it. We got so many strategies, right? We got like 29 different strategies in our community from our moderators. Right. I have to say I haven't seen all of them and how they trade it. But I have a video of mine. I'm sure like Lenny does. So you got to look at both and see which one best fits your style. For example, me and Lenny both trade a 5-minute ORB. He does a lot of work pre-market with his strategy. I do no work pre-market with my strategy besides putting levels and just seeing how the market opens, right? So it's different. It's very different, but there's no right or wrong. It's just which one can you do? Can you trade?
Yep, exactly.
Market is strong. I think I'm going to take another partial here just in case. There it is. Another partial there. And we'll get all out if we need to because the market is, again, going back to the high of the day. Bills on Tesla. What's the spread? Spread is, as the price gets higher, spread is getting a little bit worse than what we're used to when it was like under 300. Peter, have you noticed that? The spread seems to be a little
bit.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not bad. I mean, right now it's sitting about what, somewhere between 5 and 15 cents. So that's very manageable, especially on this price of a stock.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, it used to be a lot worse, right? I mean, even when Tesla was a $200 stock, it used to carry a dollar spread. It was still worth trading because it moved such big range that it made it worthwhile. But
right. Man, SPY is strong. It's trying to go higher, and it's probably going to pull up Tesla. Let's see. Gonna be patient. The stop will be at break even. But I'm actually gonna, if like we start making new highs, I probably will get out a little sooner to just avoid slippage. So let's see here. Kumar, you're welcome, man. You're welcome. Hopefully, you guys are having a great day today. Two back-to-back good trading days, like a lot of opportunity wise, right? So yesterday was awesome. I'm gonna bail on it now. Yeah, so all out on Tesla because I really think if the spike keeps going like this, it might actually be a good long above VWAP. So, because again, you said it, Peter, it might be short-lived, and we got a great drop to 425. But this stock, the way it's trading, I don't expect it to be down much, especially if the SPY is heading higher.
Right.
So, all right, man. I'm glad I got a trade in on Tesla. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. Rigetti, let's see what's around here on our deck. Iron, not much. XBEV, garbage. Get rid of the XPath. This is garbage. This is just. We gave you a shot, XPath, and you let us down. You're not trading well, so we'll get rid of you. And let's see what else we have. This low flow stock is coming back up. Careful on that thing. I thought we deleted you, but we'll do that now. Just getting rid of this garbage.
How'd this show up on your screen again?
Yeah, how does garbage get in here? How you sneak in the door? Oklo, guys, interesting. Oklo, yeah, let's no garbage truck. Yeah, we could do the garbage truck. We have our garbage truck here ready to go. Where's the garbage truck actually?
Where's the garbage truck?
Here's
Let's
the garbage
get him
truck.
driving. There it is. I hear it. There it is.
Take away all those crappy tickers from our list. Oklo, friends, coming up very aggressive to the VWAP here, right? So let's see if we get the breakout, pullback, and continuation. Back towards the high of the day. We want shirts. Yes, we're going to get shirts. We are. When Andrew's back, we'll find out how to get
I'll have to do that. Figure that out.
Yeah, I'll definitely get a few. Get a few for me. Get a few for the kids. You know, pick some up.
Do we have a logo for it?
No, I did. No, I didn't. No,
we need an image.
We just did a name. We don't have a logo or image or anything. So
yeah, we need an image. Once we have an image, then we can. Yeah. Then it's easy to produce shirts. You can just go online and.
Right. Let's see. Generate. Let's ask ChatGPT what they come up with. Generate a logo for our.
EMD just bounced off of the VWAP quite heavily, so. David, you're right on that. That's a good rejection move. Labo on the front and garbage truck on the back.
POTR. I got my eyes on Oklo, but let's look at POTR. Yeah, beautiful drop. The engulfing, another engulfing on the 5-minute plus. It's just, again, just this drop here below the VWAP. Really nice too. That's nice. I think Oklo's looking great though. I think Oklo wants to go higher. Let's see if it can push through here. And if it does our move, right? Pull back, confirmation candle. And then we could take it long to hopefully go green. 119. That'll be great. But let's see. We have to wait for it here.
Wow. We got a lot of big moves going on here this morning.
Oh, BA. You guys see BA? BA was a good breakout too. Not the cleanest pullback, but you can see here you had a nice break as well. Oh, Tesla. I mean, you stopped me out. Nothing I could do about that. You stopped me out. Nothing I could do about that. All right, let's see what ChatGPT has for us. Let's see. I don't know how I feel about that. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how you could just type in a few words and
yeah,
and you could get a logo like this. And it's just wild. So no, you can't stop me out. I'm not in. You can't stop me out. I'm not in anything. You can't squeeze me right now. You can't stop me out. You cannot hurt me at the moment.
Now, if we really wanted to do it properly, we should have we need somehow like a bull on the Lambo and a bear on the garbage truck, maybe.
Oh.
Or something. So anyway, got to get the bear bull in there. Anyways, now we're getting real fancy.
Yeah. All right, let's see what it comes up with here. All right, guys. Eyes on Oklo. That's what I'm looking at right now. To see if we are like this is so borderline. Like I would not consider
Yeah.
this,
See,
too borderline for
yeah, I was
me.
gonna say, see how the candles have gotten smaller as you got towards
Yeah,
VWAP and the
I
volume has
know.
dropped. That's pretty dangerous if you're trying to
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
continuation move through it. It doesn't look that enthusiastic.
yeah. Why do not trade options? You know what? Options are great. You gotta know the basics. I tried trading options. I did okay, but I really didn't know what I was doing. I was doing like some kind of interactive brokers. What they call it? They have this thing they call the wizard. Um,
Yeah.
but I'll be honest, I haven't had taken the time to really learn it. Like go through the books and go through the class and all the terminology
Mhm.
and the delta and the beta and all this other madness. And it's hard. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
It's hard to do. Once you have this working,
it
it's
is.
hard to like. Okay, I want to learn this stuff.
Yeah,
Nah, just it's so
exactly.
simple. Just
O-
buy.
Options,
So
I think you also have to be comfortable in options not knowing everything because you've got the delta and the beta and the theta and all these different like, and some of it you don't need to really understand how it works. Excuse me. Oh my
yeah,
goodness. I'm caught in my throat. You don't really need to understand how it works. But I find it nerve-wracking to trade something where I don't really understand how all the little pieces work, right? And how it works together. And what if I get caught? And anyways, but if you're day trading at short term, you don't necessarily need to understand the decay elements because it's not going to decay enough in the 10, 20, 30 minutes that you're going to be holding it for it to matter. But it's still yeah, it still can be tough.
yeah, yeah. All right. Look,
So
we were cautious, and it might have paid off at least for the short run. This thing did drop again. This right here, I would not consider this a breakthrough pullback and confirmation. This is not it. You need something very clean and clear. So, um, let's see if it can give us a nice move up, nice move down, and so forth. That's what we want to see. This is more of a rejection right now, and if it comes back up, rejects the VWAP, it can be a great short to the low of the day here. So, not saying I'm gonna take that trade though. I don't like that trade as much as the breakout, but we just gotta be patient here. BA did break out, very nice. Riot bouncing off the lows here, off the previous day close as well. Tesla going sideways, so not
we
much
got
happening there. Oh, Rigetti. Look at Rigetti. Rigetti spaghetti. Today is great. It's like if you're a momentum trader today, it seems really nice the way things are moving. You're getting continuation.
we've had a change in direction a couple of times here, so
Yeah.
all right. Andrew Andrew made his 16,000 and he jetted off as he parties in London. Can you party in London? There must be ways to party in
Oh,
London.
I'm sure. Sure. All right,
Anyways,
we're
and
we're somewhat
Gary and
getting there.
Brian are trading live in the chat room.
So they put the bear in the truck, and they got the bull driving the Lambo. See, and this is where you get the ideas, and then you get a professional to actually get the job done, right? So, there's
Right.
some ideas though. Oh, good stuff, good stuff. Wow, Rigetti, my friend, look at you go. Look at you go. Oklo, let's see. All right, so Oklo's trying to do something now.
Yeah, see, is it? I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
we not yet, but it's trying, right? This will have
Okay.
to come up here and let's see if it does anything. But it's trying. And the bear looks sad too. You look at the bear; he looks sad. He does not look happy.
What?
Looks sad. He's looking
That's
over at at the
that
Lambo. He's like, "Why am I
uh,
driving this garbage?" He does not look happy on that thing.
that is I like that logo actually.
Yeah, right.
That's
Looks
that's
interesting.
funny. That's funny.
All right. Okay.
I
So
think
that's a breakout. That's
that's
a
a
nice.
large bull driving that Lamborghini though. That's
Yeah,
all right.
the sizing needs
Why
to be
not?
fixed a little bit. This is where the pros got to come
No,
in
why
and
not? It
tweak it.
stands out. Why not? I like
Oh,
it.
yeah, good
Hey, send me a
stuff.
copy of that. I'll make some
Uh,
shirts for you. I'll get them sent to you.
yeah, I got three variations here. It's pretty good. Oh man. All right, let's see.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oklo.
Okay. Well, thanks, Ian. I'm usually just a happy guy. Now, Oklo, what do you do with this, Carlos? Because it's just spiked higher, and look at
Just
that,
gotta wait,
it
man.
just
It's
up and back
n-
down.
nothing to do with this, man. If anything, this goes on the video app is such a rejection. You don't do anything with this at the moment. It's just, but
Yeah,
that's not good. But this is
yeah.
not a good thing. This is not a good thing.
No.
If anything, it's a
Okay,
short, man.
I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear you say that. Yeah, I'm glad to hear
yeah.
you say that because I was worried that you were going to take that as a
No, no, no. I need to see my move. I need to
sign.
not the move. I need to see the
Okay.
setup, right? Yeah. So that's completely opposite of what we want to see here.
All right, good.
So and
All
and again,
right.
right now we don't know. Right now, and then as far as entering, it could be long, it could be short. We don't know, so we don't have a clear view of how to get into this trade. So we just don't trade it. Right? We don't have to be in everything, which is very important to understand. We don't have to be in everything, right? So we'll sit, we'll wait, and let's see what comes up. Done for the day. Caught a massive move on Rigetti. Good job, man. Awesome. Rigetti did trade well today. So excellent. 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 Yeah, look at this rejection here on Oklo.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a
No, I see.
nice.
This is why you watch it. Excellent call to just be patient, wait, right?
Yeah.
See if it confirms. And you did not get confirmation, and that's why you sit them out, right? You just avoided some pain on that. So
Yep. Yep.
that's what I like to see. A riot also pushing lower here pretty aggressively. Went red and
Wow.
set the low of day. Yeah.
That's
I'm still upset about getting out of that Tesla trade early. I was right there. I was right there.
yeah, man. That thing went, huh?
Oh well.
That
Oh
thing.
well. What can you do? Seems like every day I've got something to focus on improving.
Wow, Rigetti's really feeling the pressure, huh? What's the deal, man? Is the quantum party over? Uh, uh,
You know, sometimes you have to turn the lights on and clean the place. I think that's that's just what they're
yeah,
doing.
yeah. I guess.
Have you ever been, have you ever been to a nightclub at closing time? You know when
Of course, of course. Yeah, yeah.
you go to a nightclub and when the lights are dim and the music's going and they got the strobes or whatever they got going on, it looks awesome, right? Black paint always. Like every nightclub in the world, I think has got black paint in it.
Yeah,
And
yep.
and it's the musical boom, 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 and it's all good and everything. And then they're like, "Hey man, last call, closing time." And they turn the
Mm-hmm.
lights on and you see what the place really looks like and you're
It's a
like,
dump.
"This place is like this is a dump." Yeah.
A dump. Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
you're like, I didn't want to see that. Like it's beat up
Yep.
and it's all crappy and you're like, "What the hell? This is what it looks like with the lights on?"
Oh
So,
yeah.
but you know what? They turn out the lights for the next night and you're back to the party. So, anyways,
Yeah.
my point is Rigetti, they're turning the lights on, they're sending people home for the weekend. Don't worry. Party will be back on next week.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, 100%. And again, I used to DJ. I used to go to these things. Why would we be setting up?
Okay.
Now I never
Yeah, well then you
DJ
know all about
heavily.
it.
Yeah, I never DJ myself at clubs, but I will be helping other DJs that were a lot better than me, obviously. So I was learning, and they'll have the
Right.
club sets, right? And we go to these places early, set up the sound system, set up the equipment, and all the lights are on. And man, it is same thing, dump.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah. I know.
the heck is
You're
this?
like
There's chip paint all over the place. But
I
yeah, once those
know.
once
It,
those lights turn
you
off, and
it's
looks
amazing, isn't
amazing.
it?
Yeah, yeah.
What dim lighting can do, and
Oh yeah.
and like yeah, I can only imagine. I've never been there, like I've never worked in a nightclub or anything or been there beforehand,
Hmm.
but I could imagine you're probably looking at like, I don't understand, why would anybody,
Yeah, I would not eat
come
here.
here? Yeah,
I would not.
exactly.
No, it's
And
not
then,
happening.
you know, nighttime hits and suddenly there's a big bouncer at the door and a lineup for people to get in, and suddenly you're
Yeah,
like, all
the
right, man,
hottest place in
Party
the world.
Central. Let's go.
It's 100%.
uh,
Shoes sticking to the floor. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
because of the
yeah.
drinks and all
Oh
over.
yeah.
Yep, yep, yep.
That is, yeah, that's gross. That is never a good thing. But
Yeah.
oh man. All right, Edwin, have a great weekend. Look, I think there's still trading to do today. We're going to morph into my strategies. We're in this interim space. It looks like the market
Wow,
is
we're
making a
getting
decision.
into a nice sell-off
Yeah, we're starting to
situation
move.
here, man.
Yeah,
Um,
Tesla just went red.
yeah,
Uh,
Tesla's red. Uh,
oh,
UTR is dropping. We're getting a very nice drop here.
oh, oh! Look at PLTR drop.
Yeah, Oculus feeling the more
Or
pressure here.
Oracle's
Everything.
dropping. Oclo, yeah, Oclo's at low of day. Wow, we got a lot of stuff dropping suddenly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Shoot, man, I want to join this party. What's going on? What? Oh, I want to join this short somehow, some way. Who's got the best opportunity? Everything's off the VWAP now, so that's it's not good for me. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want to go
I don't
chasing
have.
things too
No, I'm
much.
not chasing it. No, no. The only way I could get in is like close to the VWAP here, but everything is very far. Rigetti is
Apple?
the only thing that's close to the VWAP that can give us a good risk to reward. Um,
Apple is at the
huh?
VWAP right
Yep.
now.
Let's see.
Amazon just moved through
Okay.
VWAP a minute ago, so there's a couple of options. If you want something right at VWAP, Intel, but I mean, look at it.
Nah.
It is
Mm,
ugly as
nah.
always.
That Intel
Ugly
stuff,
as
man.
always.
Mm-mm.
I
I'd
like that.
rather,
I get an immediate visceral reaction as soon as I say Intel. You're like,
nah.
no way. Hell no.
I'd rather miss the opportunity. I'd rather miss that. It's so bad, man. That garbage stock.
There you go.
Mm-mm.
There you go. Carlos, hell to the no.
No, no, no. You're right on Apple. Apple is right on here. Uh, let's see if the sell-off continues on the overall market. Yeah, Apple is actually pretty clean today. Not a whole lot of volume, very quiet, right? Not anything compared to like
Yeah, it's pretty
Tesla,
quiet.
but did actually move here pretty nicer than what it normally does.
Yeah.
MIR. What is this? Mirion Technologies. Yeah, well, there's no volume on this, man. So you gotta be careful. Like, there's not a whole lot of volume trading through it. You can still get a trade. It just becomes difficult to kind of read the price action. So that's the challenge or something like that. Scanning, scanning. Man, Apple is the best one. And
T
Spawn
Chad.
is not done.
He's continuing our nightclub analogy here. The girl you showed up with left with another guy. Look, as long as her stuff's not at your apartment, then fine. You know what? Move on.
That's it. That's it, man. Hopefully you didn't go all in on the drinks that night and invested too much. Because if you did, you had to leave
I feel
before the
like,
club ended. You know, you had to leave
yeah,
before
I feel
the lights came on. for a lot of reasons.
right.
One, you don't want to be
I
surprised.
feel
I
like
just want to like, whoa, no, no, thank you. No, you gotta leave. You gotta leave
Oh,
with the
I see
momentum.
where you're going. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't be no, you can't
Yeah,
be chasing stuff into the close, man. No, 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 no. You gotta leave where the momentum is hot. No way, man. That's a bad move.
uh,
Bad move.
Carlos. Yeah.
Uh, those days are over. Long gone, but they were fun. They were a lot of fun. Had a great time. Great time.
I was
Yeah,
never
so
really a club guy, but probably no surprise there.
yeah. Well, I didn't go clubbing a lot, but every time we went, it was epic. was it was a lot of fun. So I know friends that used to go clubbing every weekend, and for me it was like every twice in a month was a
Yeah, some
lot.
people,
It's a lot. But there was people like, hey, we're
yeah,
doing this
some
fight. I'm
people
like,
love it.
nah, man, come on.
I know. Like it always amazes me that my youngest, gosh, when she went to university and even late high school, despite our our complaints, it was like, yeah, like Friday, Saturday, and then usually one other day a week, and she was
Yeah,
out. She was a partier, and they love it. I'm like, all right, I don't get it, man. Seems like a lot of work, but
yeah.
I guess if it's your scene, who are we to say, right?
Dum, dum, dum. All right, here's Apple
Dim lights,
breaking
alcohol, and
down.
makeup. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens here. I think that the action may be over for the morning. Oh, by the way, we did have, I completely missed it in all the excitement here. I was waiting for the consumer sentiment, the Michigan consumer sentiment numbers. They did come out, by the way. Nothing huge. Maybe it prompted the move down. I mean, it did happen at 10 o'clock, right? It's slightly lower than expected, but not significantly. 55.1 versus 55.4. So that's still, quite in the range. Um, but maybe it was just enough to tip this market over and push it down for the last 12 minutes.
Yep.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, pretty bird. That's what we've been looking at for this Apple possible breakdown. So we're getting our move right now. Let's see if we can get the
T-Chad.
breakdown here.
T-Chad's not letting this go. He's like, yeah, but I paid
I
for all
don't.
her drinks.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's some trauma here that T-Chad's
Well,
working
that's
through.
what I
So
said. If you
yeah,
invested, you invested
you know
heavily.
what?
Yeah, that's
But hold on. I mean, this can relate to trading and and like gambling. That's the sunk cost fallacy, right? Don't believe because you've got a sunk cost that one, you're
mm,
owed anything or it's worth investing more. It's gone, right? You paid for the drinks. That bet didn't pay off. You just move on, abandon it, right? Like putting good money after bad. That's not going
no,
to
yeah,
yield you
yeah.
anything.
You got to you got to chalk it up as
Yeah,
a loss, and that's it. It's a loss.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
like going long. You're going long. You're doing good, and you forget to just partial and get out before it comes back to break even. That's what you did here. You let it go into red, and you waited for it to lose your money. So, got a partial,
Yeah.
and you got to get out while you still have money, man. You got to get out. You got to say, sweetie, we should go back to my place, or we should go somewhere else, get
The
some food,
target was the
whatever.
lady, not the drink. No,
Yeah.
no.
So
I get that the I get that the target was the lady, not the drink, but you're using the drink as a lubricant to get to the lady.
Very
And
true.
that just didn't, I'm saying it just didn't pay off. Whatever you spent
Well,
on the drinks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you bought one $15 drink or 50. It's
yeah, that's just the
it's
size of
over,
the
man.
shares. It's like the size of the shares. Doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you took 10 or
it's
100.
well,
If you didn't trade it well,
it just yeah, whether you got bottle service or a single drink, it doesn't matter. If she left with
doesn't
someone
matter.
else, you just, time to move on. Not worth it.
Uh, yes, you came to trade. You're learning how to play the game.
There you go. Yeah, we're extending this metaphor, Allison, a lot farther than we need to. But
Yeah.
there was a good quote I heard from what is it from Daredevil or whatever what is the latest edition of that where what's the big guy the bad guy I can't remember his
Bad
name now.
guy?
Anyways,
Daredevil? Punisher?
no,
Well, he's
he's
not really
like
bad.
Mr. Big, Mr. What's his name?
I
He
don't know.
said Lube. Kingpin. Yeah, Kingpin. I know it was like a big name. Anyways, where he tells a lady, any woman who can be bought is not worth the price. So I think that goes for women or guys, right? Any person who can be bought is not worth the price. And that's just a general statement, no matter what the price is. So
I agree. I agree.
yeah.
I mean, depends what stage in life you're in. You know? Uh,
Oh, wait a second. You're gonna have to explain that
Pace.
one now.
It depends what stage in. Well, I mean, if you're single out there and you're young and you're clubbing and they're probably just looking for a good time, Peter, not a long time.
Ah,
So
okay. Well, so
it
maybe we're
depends the
making it.
stage.
Are you making a distinction between buying and renting?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
yeah,
So, so a rental agreement is okay, but
yeah, exactly, exactly. Now, yeah,
I see.
100%.
All right. Well, it's a contract between two consenting adults. If that's what all right, off you go.
That's it.
All right. We've probably gone farther than we need to on that.
It is Friday, as you can see here. But we are
Yeah,
trading.
yeah,
I am
exactly.
I am short Apple. We
Oh
are
yeah.
trading, so we are doing
Oh, you
something as
are?
we
You did take
yeah,
Apple?
yeah, I did. I'm short on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Hasn't moved
All
much
right.
after I got in, either up or down.
Oh,
So
I see that.
and half
I
size,
see
guys. I'm
that.
not taking full
Okay.
size now because I do have a green trade and I want to end the day green. So even if this goes wrong,
Hmm.
I don't want to give a whole lot back. And I wasn't too sure on this thing because this is all based on the SPY, right? So yes, it is a VWAP breakdown. We got our breakdown here, we got our pullback, we got the confirmation, but it's all based on just what the overall market is doing. So if it decides to go up like it is now, it can just destroy our trade here. So half size in this thing, so we can end the day green if it goes wrong. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Friday conversations ready for the weekend. That's it. We're just getting ready for the ready for the weekend. Oh man, this is good. All right.
uh, why would I not chart Oklo?
Hmm?
Ali, it depends what time you're asking about, but when it was at VWAP and it made that spike right at 10 o'clock, maybe you could have shorted. It's not an established strategy for me. So it's one
This one
where
here.
I didn't really have a good set of rules. I would have just been making it up, and I'd rather stick to the, strategies that I vetted and that I know I can repeatably take. So,
Yep. And we saw this. We like this is not good because we were looking for a breakout. And we saw that okay, this is not good. It's probably going to be a short. But again, we have no, and this is the part that's difficult. There's no strategy for us here to take a short. At least not for me. I don't have a strategy to take a short here, so I'm not just going to join short on it, right? There is some VWAP rejection trades, but I don't trade those, so we're just going to go for the high quality stuff that we trade. But this was a great rejection.
yeah.
It really was.
Yeah. And it's always so easy in hindsight to look at a trade and say, "Oh, why didn't we take that? Look at how well that worked out." But again,
Yeah.
this
Yep.
instance it did. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean that, if you did that 100 times in a row on 100 different stocks that look the same, how many times is it going to work? I just don't know.
Right.
Would it be 30 or 90 times that it's going to work? Right? Like it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Yeah, Ali, agree. It looks like a good short, but you know how many things look like a good short and good long? I mean, we could be here all day, all day. Don't get fooled
Yeah.
by the looks, man. You know, you gotta look at the pattern. You gotta look, to what's going on, right? So, and like you said, what the pattern does, what the trade book does for you, is something that you have taken many trades on. That more often than not, you are profitable on. You win. That's it. That's all it is. Because if you go based on
Right.
what looks good, what that
Right.
will drive you nuts. It'll drive you nuts, right? So
And
you don't want to get catfish out there, right? Now many people actually
yeah.
think you look good, and you meet them, you're like, oh, keeping with our club analogy, you know. So you gotta be
Yeah.
careful. Gotta be
And
careful.
James James Smith, I see you put the comment here, Oklo, zero revenue, zero customers. I'm not sure what that means to you, but just be careful with that type of thinking, right? We're trading. We're trading the stock. I'm looking at dynamic price action on a minute by minute basis here, essentially, to make a trade decision. I mean, to me, if I take that statement and compare it against the chart, I mean, a year ago at this time, Oklo was trading at $5. It spiked at $140. So does the market seem to care that it has no revenue, no customers? Apparently not. Its valuation has gone up 70-fold, right? So, let's not let's just be careful to be too harsh on looking at fundamentals when you're trying to make a trade decision.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, the two don't. They clearly do not correlate. At least not right away, right? Like we see how many times we've seen great earnings and the stock sells off, or bad earnings and it goes up. So it's just
Yeah.
it's a whole different ballgame. Now, if you're investing long term, yes, you gotta look at all that stuff and see if it's what is it called, the PE, right? All of this information of a
Mm-hmm.
ticker to make your investment decision. It's a whole
What
bunch of stuff. So we're not
are
doing
those
that here.
fundamental things?
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
I for
Absolutely.
my few close friends, right, that actually trade. Everybody else says, I work for a trading company. I don't want to get into my trading because the first thing is, oh, well, what should I invest in? And I don't know. Like, I really don't know what you should
Yeah.
invest in. Like, if you ask me, you've been doing this for years. I'm like, I don't invest. I'm not an investor. No, I give that to somebody to invest or just buy the SPY. But I can tell you, like, if, oh, should you buy Apple now? Should you buy this in long term? Like, I really don't know. So, um, some of my close friends are surprised I don't know a lot more about how, like, the PE works, and calculating if this stock is worth it. I don't know how to do that. I'm just I'm just getting in and out in trading, right? So, um, you can't take that information and apply here. It'll give you a bias that might not be correct for the short period of time that you're going to be in this stock. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's again, it's like all the analogies we use. I like the sports analogies. It'd be like you know, hockey or you know, what's pop football. US football season's on. So,
mm,
you could be a coach on the sidelines and be an expert on managing your offensive line, and somebody asks you, well, what about how should I manage defense, and you're like, I have no clue. That's not,
yeah,
I don't, never really focused on. Yeah, it's part of the
yeah,
game. It's right there. That's what other people are experts on. I focus on what I know, or how to become
yeah.
a professional place kicker. I'm like, freaking hell if I know. No
Mm-hmm.
idea. Kick the ball well, like that's I don't have anything valuable for you, right?
Yeah.
So so
Can we agree the market is just choppy? I don't know, man. I think we maybe now we're getting to a little more of a chop fest, right? The market is kind of going
yeah,
sideways, but we had a
yep,
great open. Um,
yep.
I
Typical
mean, look at
Friday, I would
yeah.
say.
Oh, so all right, yes, spice going lower. Come on, Apple. Let's drag ourselves to the low of the day, which is here. If we can. Ooh, SPY is hurting, guys. SPY is hurting. Which in if you look at the big picture, like we're looking at the drop from like 10 o'clock to now. But if you look at the open at 9:30, we're just right back where we opened. So overall, as far as numbers, we haven't really done much, right? So it hasn't really moved the whole lot as far as the day. But from the last hour or so, well, last 20 minutes, the drop has been pretty steady on the SPY, right? So the percentage might not show it, but the from the peak to the lows now is looking pretty nice. All right, Apple. There it is. Let's see. Look at the 30-minute. The 30 minutes probably flat, huh? On the SPY, right? Yeah, it's probably, see, 30-minute on the SPY. Just engulfing here this week, though. But yeah, we're not far from where we opened up. Apple. SPY might go red here if it continues 658 ish. Um, the SPY goes red. Our Apple trade can really
Really
do
slap.
some stuff here. Yeah. Really get going.
Yeah, the market's moving lower here. The
Yeah.
SPY is heading towards yesterday's close. 6 cents.
Not trading, but still watching Tesla. Yep, Tesla was awesome today.
Oh, wow.
Dan
Wow, I
engulfing
missed
red. Yeah,
I
yeah, see that.
I missed this short opportunity. I'm glad that you're on it, Carlos. At least you got a piece of this.
Yep.
OKLO, yeah, down at the low of day. That's too bad.
Here it is. SPY at the previous day close. Let's loose it, baby. I want to be patient to at least 254.15. I did take a half size on this guy, so that's why you see me more patient than normal. I honestly wasn't sure. Like we got a very clean move, but I wasn't really sure, like,
Yeah.
if it was gonna go.
SPY is now red, Carlos.
Oh, there we go. It's a beautiful thing. I'm trying to hold off to 254.20, but I'm gonna take a partial here. You know why? Because the SPY can bounce from here and mess us up. So partial here, and let's see if the party continues. Towards the low of the day, 253.78. That's what I have right here, this yellow line. All right, guys, who anybody take this trade with me in sim or in the real account? Doesn't matter as long as you're learning. Did you guys take this trade too? Yes, I'm in Apple too. Nice, Jillian. Didn't take any today. Okay. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so a couple people did. In sim on TT. Yep. Nice. Very nice. Good. See, good partial. Look, pulling back. The SPY is bouncing off the VWAP, the previous day close. So Apple is just following the overall market. Like it's obviously not doing its own thing. It's just the overall sentiment, which, it's not great. At times. SKs, you're in it. Good. My stop break even, guys. I want to give nothing back today. Nothing back after we made it. So break even, we'll get out. It'll be a small win, and I'm okay with that because here it is. So we are out of the trade, guys. I don't want to give anything back after we had a good Friday. So didn't quite run as we will have liked. But the execution was good. We've been executing very well, Peter. The last couple of the last two trading days. Like yesterday, you were not on with me yesterday. I had like 4 trades, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, way too much.
Okay.
But the execution, all of them were good. They were excellent
Well, that's
execution, man. Yeah. So, but we traded a lot yesterday. So, but the opportunities were there. So,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just have so many calls to make, so much stuff to do. Gonna be a busy day for me. I'm a little distracted,
yeah.
I have to admit.
Gotcha, man. SPY goes red again. Apple's gonna hit the low of the day. I'm out of it, but it can. Oklo, LAC, Iran, Apple, we're out of that. Getty, Tesla was our trade today. Very nice. POTR, BA dropped off the VWAP here. And right, so good, guys. Not a bad week. Not a bad week. Have a great weekend, man. Take care. Take care. What time is it? Oh, 10:30. Let's give away some. What do we have to give away? I have no more books. I got a guy to give me.
You're out of books.
Copies. Yeah. Well, I'm not out of books.
Okay.
The list, the codes I've been giving out to people, they're saying, "Oh, this one's already used." So I think something got sorted wrong with the actual statuses of whether the book was used or not. So when Andrew downloads me a new list, I can have fresh codes for people, right? But we definitely got more. We got more. It'll just be next week. Now that he's back into civilization, I can ask him to run that for me. So, friends, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. I know it's Friday and we're just getting ready to start our weekend, but hit that thumbs up. We would love to end at 400 before we hop off from here. But let's do a membership. We got to give something away on this Friday. Let's do a membership. 1 month elite membership. Let's do that. And here we go. Let's set it up. We'll do let's do hashtag club BBT. Club BBT. There it is. Hashtag club, as in clubbing, BBT. We stick with our team, our theme. So today you got advice. You got advice on how to trade stocks, how to not chase things, wait for the perfect pattern, how to take care of yourself at the club and not get caught paying for the drinks. Leave before the lights come on. You don't want to see what's really, lurking behind the shadows. And don't look down at the club, or don't show up too early and see how the place actually looks before you decide to buy appetizers or anything like that. Don't do that. You will not be happy. All right, let's take a look. Club BBT, 93 entries right now. Excellent. All right, let's see who our winner is for today. For our Lambos and garbage truck members. So I feel bad. We don't have no books for our regular members. We got to get something here. Here it is. Lambos and garbage truck members first. No, maybe we'll do a membership for everyone. I feel like we have to give something out since we have no books. All right, Lambos and garbage truck member, 1 month elite membership, friends. Here it is. And the winner is Guy Hollowell. Guy Hollowell, congratulations. 1 month elite membership. Send us an email. Carlos.
Congratulations.
BearWoodTraders.com. And what can we do for our members, Peter? I think for everybody, I think we could do another membership. I think we could. I think, Andrew, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission sometimes. So ask for forgiveness by doing this.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
All
For
right.
for
That works.
everyone. Let's see here. Same thing. Club BBT. We'll do one for everyone now. And let's see the entries come in. All right. As we wrap up this week of trading, SPYs holding on to the previous day close. Rigetti dropping. Tesla wrapping itself around the previous day close. PLTR. BA. Man, Riot was actually a bit impressive today as far as the short.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mute this thing. Okay. All right. Just 66 entries. You guys doing the right thing? Club BBT. Should be more than that. Let me see. Did I put the right code? That'll be important. Club BBT. Where's my name? Oh. Oh, there it is. Okay. It did work. All right. So Club BBT, it is right. Just going to uncheck myself. And all right. Peter, so what you got going on this weekend, man? Anything fun?
No, a lot of the usual. We've got some pickleball happening tonight. I got a bike ride. Oh, and a scavenger hunt happening tomorrow. More pickleball. I've got a neighbor who's putting on an art show that we're going to on Sunday. So, we've got a few things, but nothing big, just a lot of little stuff.
Nice. Oh, Andrew's trading. I thought he was gone. Andrew's back in. He's long Tesla. All right. Let me show you guys here. Look at that. Long Tesla, partial. Good time for reversals. All right, man. Beautiful. All right, friends, let's do it here. Here we go. Awesome. And 92, and let's run it. So winner is Ansel Lim. Congratulations, my friend. All right, there we have it, guys. Congrats, you and me, Carlos at bearwithtraders.com. We'll set you up with that 1 month elite membership as we wrap up the week here. So, all right, I'm not sure if Andrew and Brian are going to join, but here they are trading live for
Andrew,
a chat.
Yeah,
nice.
You can ask Brian. Oh, let me ask them. Gentlemen, you're going to be joining us on YouTube? All right, they're on their way. We rallied them.
Sweet, let's do it. All right, let me get everything switched over. All right, nice. Perfect.
Hey, traders.
Hello.
Hope everybody's having a great day. We've been having a lot of fun out here on YouTube. I got to tell you, we've been talking trading. We've had some great trades. We've been talking about how to manage yourself at the club. We've been providing analogies. We've been all over the place. It's been great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
All right.
Andrew.
Good morning, guys. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just in this double bottom trade on the SPY. So
Nice.
and Andrew's playing it with Tesla. Wow. So move.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. YouTube live in chat room in the universe. Oh fuck! Sorry, I'm getting out of a little bit on Tesla more 426. So I added more. Do you have me, Carlos?
I have you. You want to share your screen on Zoom?
I'm sharing my screen. Am I not? Oh no, it's in the chat room.
In Zoom, yeah.
Yeah. So this one is my laptop. It could be a little bit layout. It could
Wow,
be a little, wow.
it's
Bonds are ripping.
amazing. What a bounce back. What a nice double bottom trade. I got in and out of it once and then just took it again.
Bonds are ripping. Look at that. Carlos, do you have me now? I can
Yep,
see
you're
Peter
good. I have you. Yep,
butt right now. Peters,
you're
we can
good.
see your butt. Don't do
Don't take your pants off, man.
it. Put your pants up. All
Don't do it,
right.
Brian.
So you
All
guys can
right,
see
I'm gonna take
on chat room. Yeah, let me actually stop my screen.
I'm just taking some profits here on this double bottom on the SPY. Wow. I'm trading the 658 calls.
Then this is me. So I am right now 997 shares of Tesla. So I'm up almost 20 grand. And we're gonna have a meetup tomorrow in London. London, we're gonna spend 20 grand on something. Uh, just because we're in London and we care. All right, so Tesla is gonna go to 427 VWAP. Let's see. I'm just kidding, guys. We're not that kind of people. But in Thailand, we're gonna spend $20,000 on retreat and massage and energy and everything. So let's see. It's 426.29. Sold some more. Dave, do you have the screenshot of Market Atlas that we are releasing next week? The beta version, so I can actually share for YouTube as well. All right, Tesla 427. So for those of you on YouTube, guys, I had one trade at the open, 1 minute pre-range breakout engulfing, and then I tried to catch one reversal here, didn't work, and now this event, reversal eventually worked. Nice. Where are you coming from, Smite? Okay, there you go. So Tesla more 427. Bonds are also rallying. What a great day. What a great day.
Yeah, no kidding. Whoa. Oh,
What happened?
I just realized one of my penny stocks is up a lot today. Wow.
Uh, Which one? The graphene one?
No, no, it's Conavi. It's a medical device company. A lot of these penny stocks, it's like it's been they're just on fire now.
Wow. Tesla is amazing,
It's
guys.
like
Look at
it's
this
like the
trade
good old
doing
days.
Tesla. Wow. I don't care. What did you trade on Tesla? Nice. This is trading terminal. Very nice. Funded account. LTL. Very nice. Oh, Dave, thank you so much, Dave. So this is our, if you can go full screen, Carlos. This is our early version of the um, the full markets, the market atlas. Again, obviously, if you zoom in, it would be nicer and give you all the replay features and everything. And I also make sure that the UI UX would be very similar to what people are used to already. So it's going to be available next week for the beta testing. So that's awesome. Thanks for all the people in Trading Terminal who supported our R&D. All the users. There's a lot of bugs we found that there was no way we knew about them unless you guys go and test it all together. Like before, real-time simulator was so easy because you didn't save your data. So you could trade your browser, in and out, and all the trades and all the PNL would save in your browser cache. So when you refresh, all of them are gone. Now there's a funded account because I have to give you the profit. We have to save it in our own database. And then, hundreds of thousands of trades coming to trading terminal. In the first 5 minutes, we have to store it in our database and everything. So there's a lot of learning process for us. And thanks for being patient, guys. Really amazing. It's really coming along. After that, we start the journaling tool.
Man, what a comeback. The buying brigade came in, saved the day again.
Exactly.
You got the double bottom, nice on PLTR. That was a nice trade as well.
So Tyler, we already have a journaling tool on Trading Terminal. We use it for Peak Capital boot camps, and also all the funded accounts that have a journal. But if a journal is specifically for Interactive Brokers or Charles Schwab or CMEG, this is coming that you have to build it later or does. But if you're on a funded account, we're going to give you access journaling as well. It's ready. Plus, all the bootcamp people are using it, journaling in Trading Terminal.
Wow, perfect rejection of the Qs at the VWAP. Same with NVIDIA. Whew.
All
Same
right,
with
so
same with Tesla too. Kind of just died at the VWAP there.
yeah,
See what it does on this pullback.
yeah, I don't know if it died or not. It might be a good actually entry for that. How many shares I have?
Honestly, I didn't mean it did like it's dead for the day. I meant it just um,
For Solana.
pulled back pretty notably after hitting that level.
So I added a little bit more on Tesla, 425, 426. Let's see, my average is 424.50. Let's see if they stop me out or not. Go higher. Bonds are rallying. God, bonds are reaping. TLT is reaping.
Yeah, TLT. Yeah, I know this is interest rates are dropping. I guess consumer sentiment was bad, so that means maybe rate cuts are back on. They're off. They're on. Yesterday, the jobless claims were lower than expected, so they're off.
Carlos, did you do draw for YouTube members of Lambo?
Yes, we did. We didn't do the books because I need a new list because I'm getting a lot of people that their code is not working, right, because it has been used. So we got to get a new one.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can always give 1 month free elite membership anywhere you want. And if anyone is already a member, we can just add 1 year
Yeah,
on one of the months. Yeah.
yeah, we did that. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks. All right, Brian. So I'm still in Tesla. What are you in, Brian? You took a reversal on SPY,
I
huh?
took I played the you played Tesla. I played the double bottom on the SPY with 658 658 options. So I'm out of them now. So I'm flat. I don't have any day trades on right now.
Thanks.
I'm
My
actually
so go ahead, Brian.
yeah. I was just going to take a look at the Fed Watch tool here and just see what the prediction is for October.
All right. So Tesla might not go through a VWAP. Is there any question, guys, um, about the trades that we did? Yeah, the price is gonna go $99 for trading terminal. As long as the new features is not gonna be costing me data, I'm gonna keep the current price at 99. Like for example, if I build a journaling tool, There is no additional data fee that I have to pay to NASDAQ or other things. It's just the developments, which I absorb all of them. And the reason that from 59 it goes to 99 is because the NASDAQ requires $20 per person per month per user uh, for the redistribution license. And this is in addition of the data provider. The data provider is already charging us a monthly fee that giving us this data. This is like a distribution, like a copyright that you have to pay to NASDAQ. We're getting our data from someone else, but you have to pay to NASDAQ. This is the distribution. So if the PDT rule go away, I think the market would be better. It was a stupid rule anyways, in my opinion.
Wow,
PDT
we
was,
just retraced completely that bounce.
I don't plan to sell the VO
We could,
position. What
yeah,
sell it, put it where? It's the exposure to the market, collecting some dividend from a SPY. It's not a lot, 2%. There's nowhere else to put the money.
but we're sitting at a 85.5% chance of a rate cut in October.
Is IB
A
fast
month
enough for?
ago, it was, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
go
I
ahead.
get it.
Sorry.
No, I was going to IB is pretty
I was,
fast. For the real simulator, DAS or trading terminal, they're not connected to any clearing firm. Like IB is a clearing firm. You don't need any clearing firm. It's all simulator. You can do it with the data. But IB is really the best brokerage. I mean, I have all of my investment in IB, not only day trading account, my whole long-term investment. It's a good asset management. They have credit cards you can use. They're very, very sophisticated financial institution. Very good customer support as well. So Mohammed is asking about trading terminal and DAS. Is trading terminal, we want to build a simulator for that goes, it's good for 80% of the people. 20% of the, traders after learning how to trade at, trading terminal, they have to go with something like DAS. DAS is a Lamborghini of, all the cars. You're going to go into the race with the best car that you have. Trading terminal is supposed to be a very simple based.
all right. Can anyone hear me now? Maybe I think that might have been our.
Okay, you're back, Brian. Yeah, it looks like I lost internet connection for like 2 seconds here. Um,
We had. I
but
think it was
we're back.
vmix because
Yeah.
I just restarted vmix and it seemed to bring me back here. All right, so we're kind of getting into the time of day. We're getting into some chop here, and it is a Friday. Um, it doesn't mean there won't be some moves a little later, but kind of feels like we're settling into a bit of a trading range after some of these nice moves. Tesla looking like it might go back and retest VWAP. The SPY is interesting as well, maybe. It's trying again. I'm gonna get back, maybe back long on Tesla. Tesla's looking like it's going to try to break out here. So again, trying to get through VWAP. Um, this is the kind of type of day or this time of day I'm not overly keen on taking any more trades. Just had a good day, so I don't know. We seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, it looks like I lost connection for about 2 seconds on one of the computers. So YouTube will stay on because YouTube keeps the feed on for a little bit. So, and if you want to reconnect back to Zoom, it's on. So I reconnected back.
Carlos, did you take any trades today or?
Yeah, man. I took Apple for a short. So we took that there, and then the other one was it PLTR? What's the other trade? It was Apple short off the VWAP, and the other one was Tesla. Tesla short at 9:45. So we did pretty good there.
Nice. Tesla short at 9:45. Yeah, that was a great short.
Yeah, it was real nice.
I took a hood short. It worked out fairly well. This was one of those trades where it was above the VWAP. I thought it was going to look. Thought it was looking pretty positive at the open. It was fairly strong. Um, Popped up and then it just died. Dropped below the VWAP and then eventually came back up and retested VWAP from the low end and then rejected. So I think that's sort of a trade that Brendan, one of our mods, loves to do. I think is that in your trade book too? Like a break of the VWAP and then come back, retest it, and then yeah.
Yep. That's our VWAP breakout. That's exactly what we did on Tesla.
Nice. Yeah, because Tesla did that too. You're right. Really nice and continued to break down till about 10:30.
Yeah. Here's my trade on it. Where is it? Tesla.
All right.
Here it is. Yeah. So same thing, right? We got the breakdown, the retest, pullback, and then on the confirmations where we get short. So yeah, very similar.
Yeah.
And partial out there.
Oh, I've gone black here. I don't know. My camera's
I
still
got you.
on.
I can see you.
Okay.
Yep.
Just shows it in YouTube, doesn't show it. Shows me as a black screen. All right. Anyway, on that note, it's almost 8 o'clock. Woo, Q's and SPY dropping again. On that note, I'm just going to grab some breakfast and get on with my day.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Off to the coffee shop to do some work there.
Nice.
And yeah.
Nice, man. Enjoy. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the coffee.
And great, yeah. I don't serve the coffee. I fix things that break. Yeah, have a great weekend, everyone. Check out my swing trade video on the weekend, just on YouTube. Just Google my name. I'll go over what happened last week in the market, and then take a look at some stuff I'll be looking at for next week for swing trades. And so, yeah, you can check that out. And Carlos, have a great weekend, buddy.
You too, man.
Yeah,
Take
Brian,
it easy.
have a good one, man. Enjoy.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, Nathan. Yeah, sounds good. Cheers.
All right, cheers, man. What's up, Nathan? How are you?
Hey, Carlos, how are you? Does my screen
I'm
come
good,
through?
man. Yeah, no, it can't. I don't know what you did, man. It comes through perfectly now. So I don't have to do
I did
anything.
nothing. I did nothing different.
Yeah, so strange, man.
It's
So
all
yeah, I
good.
got you here. Let me bring you up, and we'll be good to go. So let's get you
So Thor's
here.
finishing up moving today, guys. So he's going to have a lot
Nice.
less on his plate going
What
next
what
week.
town
So
is he moving to? What is it like close, or is he's got to travel a lot? How's the situation? I haven't spoken to him
yeah, I
about
mean,
it.
he's got to get his house still ready to sell, but he's been traveling and
Mm,
doing some things and then moving in, getting a new house or condo and moving in there. I mean, you talk about
yeah.
somebody that like moves on from something quickly. Like he needs
Mm,
to write a book on how to do that because he's somebody who has a completely different life than what they did 9
yeah.
months ago. And it's pretty impressive. I'm pretty proud of him.
Yeah.
So
Not
he's
easy, man. Not easy to go through that. That's for sure.
no, no,
All right, man.
no.
I'm gonna take a break, and I'll let you to it. And I'll see you a little bit later.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Talk soon.
Let's see. Uh, so what have you guys been trading today? Hey, AMD BS7. Does that have to do with AMD, the stock? Hey, Tom. Amazon? Yeah, we were looking at Amazon and PCT. Let's see. Yeah, Toby, ES. I am waiting for ES to get down to S3. I'm kind of looking here at MNQ as well in this area. I'd like to see it kind of come back down and retest though, but it's looking nice. Let's see. So what's Amazon doing? So somebody was asking about Amazon was back here at VWAP and taking a short, here to short through the day. I was telling them, it'd be more of a fade. And I'm curious if you guys in here too, does anyone here know the difference between a reversal and a fade and the types of trades they are and what you're doing and looking for out of each of those trades? Good morning, pretty bird. Hi, congratulations, 46. You are a big fan of AMD? Nice. So you and Peter would get along. Peter's probably increased the trading of AMD by like 50% at least, just from presenting it to everybody and everybody in BBT trading it. Kumar, S3 is my area where I'd want to buy. It's just the extra added confluence of my where. And where I'd be looking to go long. I'll put some alerts around that area if I find some nice gaps. Then I kind of have a box and an area where I would look to take that long off there. But that's where I would expect to find, some buying today would be at S3. And we MNQ's crazy. It ticked R3, sold straight down to S3, ticked it, and then started buying up. And I missed all of that. I missed all the good trades today. And now I'm just probably looking at a choppy one. But here on Amazon, this would be a fade. If you're looking to take a short, it's not a short yet. You're in discount. You're in the lower side of the equilibrium for the trading since the open, and you have a large buyer in through here. It looks like we're coming back in a little bit here to lift price, getting a nice little mini trend line right through here. So the difference between a reversal and a fade is this up here at the top of the range or at the bottom of the range, especially if you're looking at a cam or you have a key level there. This would be a reversal where you're looking for a large move, pretty much a run all the way through that prior low. Like that would be an area for a reversal, a fake break to the top. It's like we were getting a little bit of buying exhaustion. get this nice topping tail, and the reversal, you're looking for a big move, like, 3, 4R, 5R trade. And generally for me, those are a full hold. I'll just try to hold those through the full run. A fade is a scalp. So if you're getting into this area in and around R3, you have some nice support. So some resistance to go longer, support for your short, but also coming off the bottom from this big run, you would just be partialing in through really what I look at is for 5 and 15-minute lows. So if you're getting back up here and you start rejecting, it's through these lows, especially these swing lows, that you're looking to just scalp those partials because you would be expecting the buyers to come back in here. So you're just kind of scalping into those areas where you would expect to find the buyers, just scalping in, partialing through. And if they don't buy up and price just keeps dropping, that bid just keeps dropping down, you're going to wait for the next area to where you'd expect to find a big buyer and just partial through there. But you're really expecting eventually to find a big buyer that's going to push price up against you. So you're just trying to take as much out of that as we start to swing low. If you start to break through the low a day, that's great. If you do start to get that break, but really a fade is just more of partialing and managing the trade to the other side, like getting back into the range from where you found the previous buyers or previous sellers and scalping into them. So, on a fade, 2.5R, that's a pretty good fade trade for me. And you want a tight entry on those. Like if we get up here into R3 and you're looking to take it short, like you want something like 20, 25 cents max for your stop. And then to play that through to get a great RVR, because you don't want to take a big loss if we're strong running up in here and you've got a dollar stop, like that's going to be hard, to take your first partial at 2R, 3R, or whatever. So you want to get a really, really tight stop. Let's see, PLTR, but Amazon here on our order book, we've got some bearish support, but we've got a huge order block up here, a lot of orders up here. The best way to play this would be, and I guess S3 is just really far away. Let's see, 220, like a raid maybe into this 220 in here if you were looking to take it short. So then you're more in premium, shorting into premium back to discount, or even better, a raid of this 218, a breakthrough low a day, a raid through this liquidity, a nice bottoming tail to then go long. That would be more what I would be looking for. Your trade and your possibility to get a really good move, you can have a little bit wider stop. That would be the better play for this one. You're really just within the range and just going to see a lot of chop through here. We could dip that back down and find a buyer back through here. 218.50 might be another area to find a buy, but this would just be hard to short and even hard to long through here. You just have a lot working against you. So you're just in the middle of the range. It's just not the best place to find an entry. You just have too much working against you, and let this chop play out and get outside of these ranges to take the trade there and playing it back into the range. Toby, yes. So what is MES doing? No, that's not it. I don't know why it just won't go to MES. I actually select the future instead of just going to it. Yeah, I want ES to get down here to S3. I've been watching it on Spot Gamma, and it's about this 6,600 level would match up around S3. We've kind of lost our support there. We did have some nice support right there at 6,600, but it looks like we've lost it. We have it on the 0 DTE a little bit, but most of our liquidity is down here for our 0 DTE. But there's a lot of nice juicy liquidity down here. And then let's look at our open interests. I know we were a little bit topside earlier. Let's see if we've changed. You want to come up, OI? Huh. Why is that not coming up? Interesting. Let me reset. Oh, and for all of you option guys that are really enjoying Spot Gamma, come on. JT from Spot Gamma that's been joining us here on YouTube. He will be my October guest for my Monday order flow webinars, visual order flow and price action webinars at 12 on the 17th. Nope, hold on. What day was it? They told me the 13th. So on the 13th, he's going to be joining me at my noon session for my webinars. If you want to come in and get some more JT. Can't get comfortable in my chair. But ES, and then I'll start looking at some other ones. ES, I'd really like it to get lower. You know, we're selling, we're trying to make it down into S3. And then I have a bunch of alerts already set down in here. So this is a nice area where I would like to look for a long. I would really love to get that long here. And then MNQ is coming down. Let me set an alert for that. I don't know if I have one down here at S3. So this is actually setting up really nicely for me. So a rate of like this 550, I don't have the book to the top side. We're starting to sell a little bit, so I need some big buying to come in, and we're pretty bearish on the book. But I'm wondering if this liquidity can get hit here and rated, if that could offer a nice long. We're dropping off on the selling a little bit, even though we're picking up on the rolling, but I would like to see a raid back down in to this range if we can get it. Let's see. And that would be really nice. That raid right in there. And then we're looking at ES. See, it won't just go right to it. I guess I could have just used my arrow. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would rather go long in through here if I can, and especially ES. So it's like having these alerts, I might have a couple of opportunities to push long, but these would be more of scalps, scalping over the swing highs rather than if it gets down to S3. I'm looking for a big move off of S3. Like I'm looking for a full reversal, you know, back into VWAP or the middle of what this range would end up being. So that, you know, it'd be a really nice 4R trade rather than, you know, 2R just scalping back up into the range. I would rather have that right off there because man, we got this really nice reversal up here. So I missed that one, especially on MNQ. Let's see, ES, RGTI. Let's see. Ooh, S3 higher range. Oh, this one might be good to look at. Good call on this one. Let's bring it up. So you guys got any big plans for the weekend? You doing anything fun? Let me get this out of the way so it doesn't throw you off. Let's see. Weekly. That's a big topping wick. Was that from today? No, from the other day. So it's very bullish looking at weekly and daily. It's very bullish, but we've already rated the high from yesterday. And it looks like we're dropping down to maybe test the low. But we're getting into that equilibrium, so we're getting into near discount yesterday on RGTI. So let's find out what's on the 4-hour. We got this nice engulfing candle right here on the 4-hour, so that's going to be pretty strong and help. The better long might be at S4. So we'd just be right in the middle of that range where we found a nice buyer here. And then let's go to the 30. I got a nice engulfing candle here at S3 too. The S4 would be in the gap. I don't know. I don't know if I would take one try at S3 and then stop out and be willing to try again at S4. But we're looking better as we're moving down. Here's a nice gap. This would be a nice area. So S3 is looking pretty good. I just don't know if I would be looking for a full run on this. If you can get an S3 and then back up to about this 32.75, that would be a really nice move. We do have some resistance. We got the gaps on the 5 building up. Are we having on the 15 against us? No, we're mitigated. So, all right, we're getting this accumulation going in. This is good. So this accumulation going in is nice. This gives me my low, my high, get a lower low, and then a nice displaced higher high. That could look really nice. Let's watch this one. I want to see if this one can get down to S3 though. That's ticking into S3 would be the only way I would I'd be into taking this trade. The book. Let's see. And we had this nice liquidity down here. So if this liquidity can get rated, it's looking pretty good. This is worrisome. Down here at 30, but we don't really have, let's see where the ladder's filled in. So we have a void up top and down low. This 31, I want to see this liquidity right here get rated, this block. And through here. I want to see 31 get hit, and then I want to see what happens. And what I want to see is a quick dip into 31 that produces a nice bottoming tail candle, long bottoming tail wick, doji, small body, and then as soon as we break the high of that 1 minute candle, we extend up just like this. And then I would be very interested. But I want to see this hit first. I want to see this liquidity hit first on 31. This to me looks too tempting. They're too close down here to not want to try to hit that liquidity. But we are getting that buying, we are getting that accumulation, but I would really like to see this tested down here. That's in a good spot. Hood. Let's see. What else are we doing? Anything? Not really now. Weekly. Well, we're bullish on the weekly. I would set an alert for right here, maybe for next week. This like 110.50 area looks pretty good. Yeah, even like this 120, 120.08 through here. Yeah, this actually looks like a pretty good area. We'll go 4-hour. So what have we rated today? That 4-hour high didn't get this one. Bounced right off S3. This would be a good area. We're mitigated there. What do we have down here? Not quite a low. Not a ton of resistance up to the top till about here. And how did it look off of S3? Okay. I like this. I like this right here. Love this. This is what I'm talking about. That's what I would want to see on the last one we looked at. This kind of candle right here with this volume. That's really nice. So we come back, retest, and now we've got that accumulation in, dip lower. So this is actually looking pretty good, honestly. I don't know if it's a little too late. Sorry, I didn't get to it in time. So for my entry model, low, high, lower, low, displaced high, this kind of, what's this low? 2086. How much could I give it? Right off S3. That's a little bit too long, but man, yeah, this one fit really well. This was a nice rate of liquidity, a bounce back up. We come back, retest, get some more volume. I would have liked to have seen a bottoming tail on here, but I like this displacement, inverting fair value gaps. And then this weak retest back in right here. This is beautiful. This would have been an A+ entry for me. Right off the S3. Nice stop down here, get decent RVR. And I don't know if I would be looking for, what would that have been? 21, $1.25. Like really my target would have to be all the way up here. And these swings are pretty big. So I would be expecting and tempted to start to take partials in there. But this looks like a good reversal. And playing it up to this 23.50, maybe even just 23. Let's see. So another weak retest. It can even raid this 21 liquidity again. That might still set it up if you want to take a look at it again. If we can start to raid back into this 121, let me put an alert in, give us some time to look at it to see if it wants to hit it. Let's see, PLTR, we were looking at that one too. I think I actually took just a sim trade in. I don't know if it got me in though. Oh, I thought I set an order on PLTR. I set an order on something. This is good too. We're just getting a little bit too low. But this is nice. Now we're trying to it's a lower range. That's probably why the play didn't call. I mean, you're still in discount here. Let's see. We're respecting VWAP off of that push. Like a raid maybe into this area and another pop up, but we're getting a nice trend in through here. Usually, I would not, if you took an entry and you were going to go long on this, I just wouldn't expect a huge trade. You would at least need to get a tight stop through this swing low, and maybe probably couldn't go all the way down, but maybe about into this gap or so right here for your stop. But it's holding under S3 now. So maybe a sweep lower or sweep even in and out of this 170.55 in the push back up if this buyer convinces you that they're back in. But we're respecting VWAP. You know, we're respecting not really covering some of these bigger swing highs. So this might just be a run to scalp over these swing highs. Where RGTI or the last one, I think Hood we looked at, it was a lot better. It looked a lot better. What are the book? There's the book. Yeah, but Hood's putting in the orders. We're getting the orders to the top side, but this nice one, I would look at this as support on Hood. These orders coming in, but that's why I'd want to see it try to be tested and swept again. Yeah, and now we're starting to get, close to lunch, so we're just shopping around. Let's see. Oh, somebody say they caught him in queue. Let's see. Man, I scrolled down a little bit and then it went through all the questions. You caught him in queue at 8:40. Oh man, wow. Great job, Tom. Awesome. I wish I would have gotten it. It didn't come back up to then retest and like allow me to get an entry. And so I just missed that one, but I'm getting FOMO looking at all these great tests and where you'd expect to see selling, and the selling came in. Meta Nvidia, dude, Meta was a great short today. Great job getting that one. Yeah, Nvidia was too, right off R3 for the month. Let's see, Kumar, what type of pivot points, traditional, classic? I just use Thor's cams. Those are the ones I use. I don't use Fibonacci. Uh, I just kind of eye the range of where we're at we're within equilibrium, from large swing areas. I would rather be closer towards one end or the other, especially from the swings of the high a day to the low a day. If I'm going long, I would rather be near that low a day to get the stop at low a day. If I'm going short, I'd rather be at that high a day to get the stop at high a day. Here's another test on PLTR of VWAP. If it starts to still respect this and bounce down, then like this would be your problem. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a problem. So let's see. Microsoft for long. Can you give your thoughts? Yeah, Microsoft had a nice sell-off today too. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Well, first thing, lower range, wide pivots into R3. That is a absolute no for a long for me. This is a no, especially after seeing this rejection on R3. This would be a no for a long. Even though we're at low a day, we're in that range. There could be gaps here and stuff, but for me, this is just be a flat out no for a long. Let's see, Tom, you seem to get full moves and do well in lower wide pivot ranges. And that is because on wide days, we are expected to stay in the range. That's why you're getting those moves. So when you're seeing wide days and you're looking at the threes and playing the right threes, that's when you're going to look for your big moves, because those are the days we're expected to stay within the range. And so far today, we're holding really well within those ranges, especially on MNQ. And if you're doing really well on those days, Tom, then maybe just trade those days, or those are the days you look for your big moves and your big trades. All other days on the narrow pivots, you maybe just reduce your size a little bit and not looking for as big of a move and just waiting for those nice, big, juicy, wide days. And then, you're like, okay, now will be the day I can make my week or my month, really playing it right. So good job. That's awesome. And also noticing it, that's really good. And like, again, on the narrow ranges, you're expecting price to go outside that range. So you're looking more for, a trending day, and then looking for those fours for an opportunity, a push off those fours, and then an opportunity to get back on a retest of those fours. As long as we're not too high extended, or no, as long as we haven't gone towards the ATR, we don't have too much room that we can move to the upside, and making sure like you can still get that trade. For me, on a pullback to a continuation, I want 2 to 3R to the high a day, and a really, really tight entry. I want that really tight entry with the willingness to get in, lower or higher, lower if I'm going long, higher if I'm going short, but a really tight entry. Just take the small losses. You can take a couple before you get that dialed in, and then get that 2 to 3R move out. Let's see. Brenda, how do I decide? Oop, hold on. Brenda, oh, I just lost it. How do I decide on what stock should trade? What am I looking for on a stock? I don't trade equities and stocks anymore. I just trade futures, and I trade off the cams, but also the cams that, so let's take a look at this. Let's see. So this is MES. MES is coming up to R3, lower range wide. I don't know why that's not calling. That should call. So what I would be looking for here, I've got a daily 4-hour, I got a 30-minute, a 15 here, a 5, and a 1. And this is over off to my right, just a quick glance, but I have this same setup for, all 4 futures I trade: MES, MNQ, MYM, and M2K. So I have this already set up so I can just track it during the day. So if I'm looking to take this R3 trade, Then I start looking at the daily. I see where R3 is on the daily. So we're within kind of near the top, near the premium of yesterday. And then I start looking for gaps. So nothing on the 4 hour. We've pretty much covered that last 4 hour candle. I like this engulfing candle on the 30. This is going to provide a lot of support. R3 is within this gap right here on the 15-minute chart, like right there within it. So now I've got one check. Now I've got two check. And right here again, it's within this 5. I'm going to set an alert right here, and I'm going to look, oops. I'm going to be interested in this trade. It's setting up to look like an A trade, like an A plus trade. On 3 different time frames, I've got support for my trade, and I got the cam. Like that's really all I would need. But then I look for my entry model. Like once it gets in there, it's not okay. The trade, I hit R3, I'm in. That's when I need more confluence in what's going on. That's my how. And let's see what just went off. Oh, hood. Let's go back and look at hood. But I just want as much confluence, and it's all about taking that off of the higher time frames. So hood just alerted. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can get this raid on 121 again. There it is. Can we make a higher low in through the swing point? We would be expecting this buyer to come back in through here. And that's what I would be looking for. So this liquidity got raided. It got hit. This is good. Is any liquidity coming to the top side of the order book? I mean, we've got it up here. I'd like to see this fill in a little bit more right here. 120, 50. I'd like to see that fill in a little bit more, but we have a topside book. There's a raid through low a day. So now what I need is something like this. I need a low, a high, and I want these to be fairly tight. I need a low, a high, and then I want a lower low, and then I want to displace this high with a nice fair value gap, just like we did here. And my entry would be based off my stop off the low. So 50 cents at the most. So what is that? 36? Well, even better if that put us right at S3 or right down in this area. That would have been a nice entry. We did initially get a low test, but we rated this liquidity. So now I would want this to start all over again. I want to see this low and some accumulation coming up. High, low. I'm sorry, a high, then a low, and then a high, lower, low, higher, high, and take it off of that area where I got that move. Just more confluence for me. This one's kind of messy. It's not the best one, but it was pretty good, but it would have failed though. We would have failed in through there. But I want to see it all restart again now. So now I'm wanting it to restart all over again. Because we're not getting any buying. Like we offered up here off this move lower. This was probably more profit taking. This isn't buying. This was buying, but this is not buying yet. But it can still set up really nicely for me. Let's see. Let's see. Itis, you're having data issues today? Or Idris, you're having data issues today? I think everybody's been having issues like with their computer. I've had some freezing going on a few times as well. Let's see. Gibson, I don't know if I can get it. Why isn't that coming up? Let me see if I can grab something here. But are you a BBT Elite member? Oh, I think I have to sign in. Let me sign in real quick. but I'll give you the link to the webinar room. Too many windows to sign into BBT sometimes. There we go. Okay, here's the link for the webinar room. So Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern, that's where I'll be. And JT will be in there with the bringing the knowledge. So what we'll be going over is how to look for option levels, liquidity at option levels, and hedging activity within visualized order book and price action. So we'll be looking at what you want to actually see, what you want to actually see on the chart happening, time and sales, and then through the order flow for those option areas and letting you know that there is some hedging going on in that level. Let's see. Yeah, I want ES to fall more. Sergey, I want it to get down to S3 for me. That would be amazing. Let's see. Oh, Toby, yeah. I would looking for that target now. The only issue I have is that it is at above VWAP now. And it looks like the selling has kind of dropped off a little bit. So we're just really getting this nice support now above VWAP, but we did reject, we're trying to reject that swing high. This is some really good volume buying through here. So I gotta expect this to struggle a little bit. We'll probably tick right off the top of here, push back a little bit, hopefully make another swing low, and then slowly grind through here. And then once we break these lows, squeeze and push down to S3. That's kind of really what I would be looking for. So I hope you get your target and I hope I get my long. What I consider on SoFi. Let's see. This is good bullish price action. So it is a lower range, wider pivots. If, okay, low, high, we didn't get a lower low there. Didn't really get one there. It would need to come back down and a weak retest, a weak selling retest back into S3. I like this price action through here. I like this test into here and this hold right above S3, but this is choppy. It really didn't give like me a clean entry model. So I'd like to see this flush back down into S3, maybe raid this liquidity and start some of this and make something cleaner, a little bit cleaner to get in. But I like all of this. I like what's going on. It just really wouldn't have given me an entry that I would have been comfortable with. So I would like it to come back down, maybe push, see if this buyer's still here, and then form that, which it looks like it wants to. It looks like it wants to push down and come back into S3. But this is good. You know, these reactions are really good right off S3. It's responding extremely well to the level. I would want it to give me something cleaner. But it looks to be a good area. It looks to be a pretty decent area because we're testing it and holding. I mean, you look, that's a nice trend line through there. Let's just jig a little bit lower, make a sweep, and see if this buyer wants to buy more. And if they do, then you know you've got a lot of support. Somebody big with a lot of money that is supporting your position, which is what you want. So, let me see. I scrolled down and then I lost where they. Okay. Let's see. Ben, Nvidia, Tesla. Nvidia's coming back down. Oh yeah, they're both like right at levels. Let me actually. This will be easier. Get rid of HUD. Oh man, yeah, Tesla, that's trying to think. Like up into this area would be good. This is a fade. Like this would be again a fade. So you would really be looking for a fade back into these swing lows, scalping into them rather than a full push through the bottom. But it's in a good spot. It's up into premium where you would want to short, but I would want to see it hit. I'd want to see 430, 50 up here to 431. I would want to see that hit. And this is worrisome. This volume and buying, pushing over these swing highs and picking up volume. I would say most, if not all of your shorts that were trapped here are out, that they're out of the trade. So you would need another big seller to come in, and really you're expecting that up into this area of that big seller. Like right now, I would not be convinced that there's a large seller in the market. Like good continuation volume. We break this high, we pick up volume again, we're dropping back down, we're diverting volume. Like this is really strong bullish price action. So you would be playing against that. So you need a big seller to come in, and they'll show you that by the volume, but they haven't shown it to you yet. I would expect them more up into this area. So it's not a short yet. Like this is still pretty strong. I thought I put that on NVIDIA. Let's see. NVIDIA coming back down. NVIDIA responding really well to S3. Just these pops off are a little bit too big for me. I would rather see some smaller accumulation on here. You're getting, it is putting in a nice weak retest, but I want to get in with this buyer if they want to buy more. I want to be in with this guy because they're affecting price action. So if they're willing to buy more down here, I would feel better about it. And your top side looks a lot better than it did to the downside on Tesla. So here you probably have some issues right over VWAP. That's why it'd be better to get an entry down here. So you still get a pretty good RVR and a pretty good move up into that area. But I would want it to come back down here on a weak retest, and I would want to see this buyer come back in. That'll give you good RVR because you're going to have some issues up and through here. But if you start clearing these highs and picking up volume, you can squeeze. Like you could get a really nice squeeze in through this area. It just like I'd want to be greedy, knowing that I got to fight through some of this. I'd want to be greedy, knowing I can still get a good trade off of that. Let's see. Where am I at? Oh, thank you, Tom G. I appreciate that. You might be getting ready to short RTG. I hope, hopefully it'll work out well. I've looked at so many now, I can't remember what it looked like. You're in short with a type loss. Good, nice. IREN. Man, nothing's coming back down to my levels. I've just missed out on all the trades today. That's okay. I've had a good week, so I'm pretty happy. Let's see. What are we looking for here? Wide range. So somebody was asking the difference between wide ranges and narrow ranges. The main difference between wide range, you can see here we have a narrow range. Wide range and narrow ranges are wide ranges, of course, the cams are wider, so you have a wider range to play, you know, R3 to S3, S3 to R3. Narrow ranges means you had a more compact day yesterday and not such a wide trading range the day before. So you're expecting a breakout, you know, especially over that high of day, especially a breakout over there and then coming back and retesting. Or if you've already broken out there, you know, say you've got a higher range, narrow pivots, and you open above R4, means you're opening high up in that range of the prior day, expecting extension outside of that day. And so you come back, get a test of R4, you find that buying support, and then you're playing that for the break in the highs, like over previous highs of days, higher time frame swings, but you're expecting that to trend and run. I know, and the same to the downside. Got a lower range, narrow pivots, you're expecting a run lower, like a trending run lower. Where in wide days, the pivots are so wide, you know, R3 and S3 are probably the strongest cams to trade with and to trade against. So you'd be expecting, like NQ is today in a wide range, you would be expecting it to do exactly what it's doing, which is staying within the range. And it's doing just that. It's doing exactly what you would expect on a wide pivot day like today. You're really not expecting it to trend too far outside of these areas. It's not an area for a breakout day. And so you're set up here, a lower range. Oh, this is nice. This is exactly what you would expect for a lower range. Did it come back? Oh, it did it pre-market. So this is what you would expect, like pre-market right here to happen during the day. You open under. Oh, it even ticked right into it. Okay. Yeah, you open under S4 on a narrow range. You're expecting that continuation to run down even lower. And it did that. It tagged right into S4. And now it's making that move lower. I'm sorry, that was S3, wasn't it? Is that S3? Good Lord, can you come in? Oh, if it would have done this on S4 like it did here during the morning, that would have been a good setup. But this here, oh man, oh, this would have been a really good trade. VWAP is right here, right at S4, right? Let me get it right. Okay. A lower range day, VWAP is right here at S4. Oh man, this would have been really nice. Yeah, I mean, high, low. There's my sweep of the higher high right into VWAP, lower low, and then getting that entry about right in here. 422. Ooh, that would have been a big stop though. That would have been the only problem. I probably would have been wanting to get in more in this area. But this is nice. This is what you would expect on a lower range narrow day. Extension off the fours, away from them. Let's see. Tony, you struggle a lot mentally with waiting for a retest and then missing the move because the retest never was given. I get you. I was a very aggressive on my entries when I would trade, like really aggressive. It hits the cam, buying comes in. I get a pivot candle, next 1 minute high, I'm in. And it stopped working when the Trump administration came back into office. So I had to find a new entry model. And it's actually called, if you want to look it up, it's called a unicorn model for entry. I think it's part of like smart money concepts and ICT. And man, it works really well for me. But it works so well, and I've dialed it in so well that I want to see it now. I'm not really tempted on 1 minute new high getting in right off the cam because it just stopped failing for me. It stopped out, stopped out, stopped out. But now adding something that I know is working for me and going back and testing it and now trading it for several months, taking hundreds of entries. I've done so well with it. The patience part is fine. Like not getting the trade, maybe even getting just wicked out and not getting my entry. It's fine because I have time to set my stop, like on MNQ here. No, MNQ. Thank you. Fingers. You see this. This displacement high holding this gap. 20 points is my max stop for NQ, MNQ. So we'd be at like 540. And even going through this, liking this, seeing this gap, and then this retest back, I would have just missed being filled right here. but that's okay. I've got plenty of alerts going off. I still have plenty of setups today. And I know when I get these really tight entries down here, I'm going to get a really good trade or a really good opportunity and a very small loss. So that's fine. Like I don't have any problems being patient like that anymore because I've become so successful at it that I have to see it. Like I don't feel comfortable taking a trade unless I see my exact entry model now. And if it goes without me, it goes without me. I've known enough that I took too many losses trying to get too aggressive. So now just be more patient and just wait things out. And if something doesn't set up for the day, no big deal. Like I'll get something else during the week. Um, I've already had a great week today. I've had a great month in September. That's fine. Like it's not a big deal. I'm not too worried about it. But just find, in your trade book, in your criteria that just works best for you. And if you miss a trade, say I just want to take that entry right there and I just didn't get in, and then the trade went for me, I'd still be pretty happy and excited because I was right. I was right about the direction. I was right about the trade. And I know I'm going to get enough of these to still do really well. So I'll just wait. Instead of taking several losses to get one good trade, I'd rather just get one good trade, with a tight stop and a tight loss, stop loss. But, it's finding exactly what works for you. And then it works over and over. And then you just want to see it, like John or Mike on their high day breaks, they know exactly what they want to see. And if they're not seeing it and it still breaks out high a day and it's running, they just wait for something else. And that's part of trading, getting the probabilities in your favor. Don't be overly tempted to just get into something just because it looks like it's going to happen. Have your success, have your model, look back at your trades, like what's working and do that. Match up the probabilities, especially in what you see and how you trade. Just match those up. You get FOMO or whatever, just be happy that it went for you. You're like, man, I got it right. I knew what was going to happen here. It just didn't set up perfect for me, but man, I got the direction right. That would have been a great trade. So now I'm excited. Do I need to change my entry model? Do I need to look at something different? I don't know, but man, I got the trade. Just barely missed it, but look at it go. Like I'm that close, I'm that close to figuring it out and getting it right. Let's see. Oh, what indicator do I use to mark highs and lows on my chart? I just use the alert. So just the alert here on TradingView. I just create an alert at those areas, at those highs and lows. Example of wide and narrow pivot days. Hey Ben, did I answer that well enough with showing iron and then MNQ with the wide and narrow pivots and what price action to expect? Because those were actually good examples on what to expect on those two different types of days. Wide days, you're just trading the range, really S3 to R3. On narrow days, you're expecting it to extend outside the range. Trade into the range, maybe find some accumulation, but you're expecting that continuation and that run away from the range, away from the central pivot, away from VWAP. You're expecting that run away and targeting liquidity, highs and lows of other days, prior days or longer, higher time frames, swings and lows. You're expecting to target and hit those areas of liquidity, other than just hitting the cams and kind of bouncing back and forth all day in a range. That's more of what you're expecting to play with inside, the range, and playing kind of that push back in, and just waiting for that breakout outside the range and then to get that trade. But you just have to think like your pivots in a narrow day are much tighter. So your range is much smaller. You want a bigger range to trade range. If those are tighter, you're expecting more extension out to those pivots further. Let's see. What pivot points are you using as they look different on my chart? Just the Camarilla pivot plays. And then I have them set on Thor mode. And then I like to go 10 days back. That's the ones that I use. Good morning, MLE. Let's see, Patrick. I trade MES, MNQ, and M2K. Thor's gotten me a little bit into the metals and looking at them. I haven't traded them. I tried to trade gold this week, but took a couple losses on that. So I'm trying to get into more of the metals and adding them to my chart and just starting to look at them a little bit more. Because there's not a lot of retail trading within metals. It's mostly algorithms just trading with each other. So they respond really well to the cans and they respond really well to swing highs, swing lows, and gaps and getting the move or the price action you expect. So I just need a little bit more experience with them to start taking like bigger sides and trusting that I can get good trades out of them. Let's see. Oh, I am wearing the Jordan 93 All-Star jersey. One of my favorite jerseys. Let's see, J-Pen, where did that question go? I don't know why I scroll down and it like takes everything else out. There it is. Can I explain what I mean when you talk about gaps on the chart? So gaps are a 3-candle play. Let's see if we can find one here. I don't really see one here. Oh, let me get that off of there. That's ugly. Actually, if I go to the daily, I think it'll take it off. We'll just alert RGTI. Let me go to RGTI though. Hold on. So looking back at RGTI, so now we're at S3. Looks like we rated some liquidity right there at 31. So this is looking pretty good. I would rather see some tails like this on that liquidity raid. But this is looking pretty good. That's a pretty good response. Right off of, oops. Oh, only got a couple minutes. I'm sorry, I run behind on questions. I talk too much. I talk too much about one thing. I get too focused on it. I gotta how Thor's on the spectrum with he senses and he can see everything. You know, and he has a lot going on. He can hear everything, smell everything. I have the exact opposite problem. I have hyperfocus. I'm on the other end of the spectrum from him where I lose track of time. It drives my fiance crazy. I get so locked in and focused and thinking about something that I lose track of like everything else. Sometimes she'll come up here to my office and be standing next to me, like yelling, hello, hello. I don't even hear her because I'm so locked in and focused. And then I completely lose track of time. I'll be like that for hours and be like, oh my God, it's 6 o'clock in the evening. What have I been doing all day? So not a great response on this 1 minute. It would have been nice if this would have made a high here though. You could have started your low, high, and then your lower low and higher high. But this is a lot of strong selling. You would need a big buyer to come in. Like this buying volume really needs to pick up and start pushing up and extending price action. This is just not good buying. Let's see, we drop lower, 1 minute low. If we start extending, we're still just getting that selling in. You need somebody to come in with a lot of volume here. A lot of volume, big green dots, extension up off the highs. So not yet. It's not ready yet. Well, there's the Grammy music. So I'll see you guys. Have a good weekend. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. And Thor should be back. Done moving. So have a good one, guys.